Welcome to session 13, returning to Davil of D&D, Stealing Dragons, and we are ready to go.
I'm not ready.
I'm not ready? Not ready?
I don't have my makeup on.
Okay.
Me either.
Put your face on.
Put your face on.
All right, so after our week break, welcome back everyone for our Stealing Dragons campaign. It was a tough week to go without playing, because I really wanted to play last Friday, but the day off was kind of nice too. It was nice having a Friday to do nothing, because I have no social life. Contrary to what we have done thus far through this campaign, I will be doing recap tonight, and not Viz, as Viz was busy and couldn't write anything down last session. So, let's go ahead and get our recap out of the way, and then we'll see what's going to happen tonight. It seems it's going to be starting off a bit busy. So, after resting last session, you ventured back out into the city of Waterdeep. After a few stops and some discussions with some neighbors, you made your way to Gralhund Villa, where you believe the Nimblewright who set off the fireball just south of your manor may be located. After getting some information from some deceased people the night prior. As you approach the villa within this north ward, you all notice the Nimblewright detector immediately started going off, and it grew louder as you got closer to the villa. It seemed that the Nimblewright was in fact present at this villa after all. You started casing the joint, as good adventurers do, and after not finding a easy way to get inside, Viz decided to head towards the front door. In his current form of Isnoth, subtlety and patience, he was not. Unfortunately, the 12-foot surrounding wall and the iron gate were in your way as you tried to go to the front door. You did see a gardener through the front gate that was working and called for you to let him in, or called for him to let you in. He refused rudely. You decided to go ahead and ask him to take a letter from you to Lady Gralhund instead. He agreed after Jot persuaded him, but he didn't seem like he was actually going to go deliver the letter. Seeing that this was going nowhere, Isnoth played at not being able to hear the gardener after calling out to him, and when he was within range, cast the spell Suggestion on the man. He suggested that he let him in and keep the gate open until you left the manor. It worked, surprisingly. You made your way into the villa grounds, much to the gardener's grumbling, and approached the front door. As you were contemplating letting yourself in, you heard what sounded like fighting going on inside, and rushed inside the villa to help. As you opened the front door, you found a disturbing scene before you. Two men with blood-covered weapons were standing over the bodies of several guards of this estate. They appeared to be Zhentharim, and were not happy to see you. You immediately began fighting them. They were a bit outmatched, and after killing one of the men and knocking the other out, you sought out the sounds of more combat coming from upstairs. As you arrived at the top of the stairs, you saw more Zhentharim agents fighting more guards who were stopping the Zhents from entering into a room behind them. You joined in and were able to easily take out the Zhent agents. The house guards were hesitant, as they weren't sure of exactly who you were, but agreed to let you finish clearing the house, as they would guard the lady of the house. You immediately investigated to the south and found someone you've been looking for, or at least been told about. Erstil Floxen was present. He was beating on a barred door, demanding to be let in when you busted into the bathroom he was in. He was appropriately surprised to see you, and looked like he was going to fight you, despite his obvious burn injuries. After taking a couple hits, however, he immediately began to run away, shoving past all of you and trying to take off down the stairs. Unfortunately for Floxen, you were faster, and even though he surrendered and dropped his weapon and held his hands up, after being knocked to the ground prone, you still beat the living crap out of him and knocked him out, which was carried out by a flying elbow from Talia.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about the elbow slam.
After the fight concluded, you surveyed the situation of the estate. Lady Gralhund was present in the room the guards were protecting, and she welcomed you, albeit a bit rudely. She wanted to know who you were and why you were here, which you did give her an answer for. She didn't seem too satisfied with your answer, but went through the motions of thanking you for rescuing them from these supposed guests who had meant harm to her and her family. Viz went to investigate the rest of the state as the rest of you were talking, and unfortunately, Viznaught sadly found several servants that had been slain in the household, presumably by the Zhents based on their wounds. The rest of you spoke with Lady Gralhund, and she claimed to not know what was going on with the Zhentharim, and that they were guests up until this morning when they attacked the people of the villa. A few of you got some weird vibes from her, especially with the fact that you had heard several conflicting stories from the dead bodies you had investigated the night before. Ultimately, the watch showed up and you were treated as heroes and even escorted off of the villa estate after a brief questioning to avoid the crowd that was forming outside the front of the villa. As you were rushed away and found yourself back on the streets of Waterdeep, having more unanswered questions than before you even entered the villa, you decided to head back to Trollskull Manor to rest your wounds and to contemplate what had just happened. It didn't make sense with the fighting happening at Gralhund Villa. Weren't they working together? What happened to the stone? Where is the Nimblewright? All of these questions rattled through your heads as you rested and mended your wounds back at the manor. After some hours of rest passed, you all met back up downstairs and went back and forth about what exactly you wanted to do, and you decided that heading back to the Yawning Portal seemed like the best bet to speak to either Davil or Raynar Neverember, who both were seeking information for you. So with that, you set off from the manor, heading to the south, out of the north ward into the castle ward, heading towards the southern end of it, towards the Yawning Portal. As you were making your way into the castle ward, the streets around you still crowded, but a heavy fog was now kind of laying in the air due to the off and on raining throughout the day. And as you were walking past one of the alleys off to your left, the Nimblewright detector in Jot's hand began making an awful racket.
And we decided to go home, take a nap, and come back.
Doesn't that have a silent mode?
So
We didn't really decide to go home and then come back. I think it was kind of rewritten that we stopped at home.
I know.
Yeah.
I was just pretending we didn't retcon.
So based on our experience with how it would get, it would spin more frequently when we got closer to it at the villa, and then we walked away. We walked from a distance, so we should be pretty familiar with, like, how nearby is this Nimblewright?
It seems to be, based on the whirling that you kind of tested as you were moving back and forth with the to and from the Gralhund Villa. It's kind of at like a quarter capacity, I guess, a quarter alertness. It's not the slow worrying of it just barely sensing something on the outward edges of its 500 feet range, if I remember correctly. It's a little bit closer than that. You see the city, people still moving back and forth all around you, people kind of looking over at this strange device that Jot kind of has laying on her shoulder and then kind of looking at it. But nobody really showing any attention otherwise. But you can definitely tell that it's detecting a Nimblewright. Fairly close by.
Well,
We need to go towards the market, right? There's going to be lots of people at the market. Let's make sure they're not going to go fireball the market.
okay.
Good call.
If we head west, what does it do?
As you go about 100 feet or so to your west, heading up towards the market, you find the large stone buildings, the back sides of them that you know that surrounds the market for the most part, where normally there's stalls and such all through there. As you get closer to these stone buildings up to their back sides, you see and hear the whirling dying down and going down to almost nothing.
All right, that's not the right direction.
So east or south, I guess? Right, we were coming from the north, right?
Yeah, I think continuing south would be the best path.
I agree. Unless it's moving too.
Agreed.
Do we see any city watch people around us?
Make a perception check.
Are we playing hot and cold with the umbrella?
Basically, yes.
Am I getting
Essentially.
hot or cold?
Colder.
That's a 15.
As you're looking around you, it's kind of hard to see, and this is just a thing that you need to remember actually going forward. During springtime in Waterdeep, there is a very specific weather pattern that seems to take hold. You're at the very early ebbs of spring, so it's not quite in full bloom yet, but during spring in Waterdeep, the city itself and the lands surrounding it are assaulted by rain typically in the early morning hours, and then in the later ones, or the daytime hours rather. And in the late and overnight hours and such, a constant fog is laying over the city. This limits your visibility a bit. It makes it kind of hard to see long distances. That being said, Viz, as you're looking around, you do see a couple of guards kind of standing watch over the entrance to the market, or one of the entrances to the market, just casually surveying people and such, not really doing a whole lot.
Do we tell them and bring them with us?
I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, agreed.
Do you know of any Zhentharim hideouts south or east of us? Like within 500 feet of where we were standing before.
Do I have it?
No.
Even with
You
the
know a lot of
background
the
feature?
You know, a lot of the Zhentharim hideouts are typically not in the more proper wards, like the North Ward, the Castle Ward, and such. They're typically utilized within like the Dock Ward, the South Ward, and the Field Ward. So you're not familiar. They may exist, you're just not familiar with them here in this ward.
As far as I know, there are no hideouts in this area. They typically stay away from the more proper, the more better off areas.
Well, let's follow Kai's idea and start walking south.
Head back east first and then go south.
Yeah. East and south.
Jot, have you picked up a smoking habit?
I think the time that I spent in the Gralhund Villa, I think I caught a little something there.
Yeah, they seem like they would have something a little weird in there.
Of course they would. It only makes
Did
sense.
you inhale some powder from the bathroom? Maybe that's
Shu, you sound fine, okay? They're being assholes. Okay? You sound fine.
I actually would have never said anything if Shu hadn't made that comment earlier.
Yeah.
All right, so you're heading
My
back
voice
to the
lasts
east
all
and
night.
to the south.
Back down the
Should
high
stay-
road, yeah. Stay on
keep
the
going
high
down
road.
the high road.
Yep.
All right. So as you head
Well,
back to the
hold
high
on.
road,
Should we maybe take a less conspicuous route because Jot's carrying this whirling gravitron type thing on a stick?
Well,
People are gonna
she
know what it
was
is.
like nonchalantly
Yeah, it's
pressing
like
it
a
up
weird
against her
umbrella
shoulder.
thing. It's fine.
It's
It
like
looks
a
like a normal size
mechanical
umbrella for
umbrella.
a
You're
gnome.
right. It's fine. This is fine.
Maybe we could
It's not
invent
the
something
weirdest
that,
thing
like,
you've seen somebody walking around with.
She
It's-
invented
yeah.
something that predicts the weather, and we're
Yeah.
testing it. It's gonna
Yeah.
rain. It's gonna rain.
It's fine. It's gonna rain.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's
gonna
a
rain.
barometer.
It's gonna rain!
Umbrella.
It's a
There's
barometer.
the 90% chance it's already raining.
Okay, we walk south down the high road.
All right. Okay. So as you're walking down, you start heading down. It starts to get a little bit more aggressive. It starts whirling and spinning a bit faster, making a bit more noise. A few more people kind of glancing over suspiciously at it, but seeing a kind of metalwork steampunk contraption, they just kind of like shrug it off and go about, not exploding or anything, so they're fine. As you head down a bit, you see once again buildings and such all around you, people walking back and forth, this heavy fog over the area, as it is very close to nightfall at this point. It gets more and more aggressive, and then it seems to just hold its ferocity at a stable point. And then as you continue past Lamp Street, it starts to die down a bit.
Back up.
We're cold. We're cold. We need to get warm.
Yeah,
Well,
go back.
when we went west, it died down, so we obviously need to go east.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, if we head northeast, like Lamp Street towards, what is this, Andamar? Head towards Andamar Street.
All right, so going up Lamp Street.
Yeah.
I want to try and be a little bit ahead of the group, and I want to be looking for, number one, looking for Nim's friend, right, the Nimblewright, but also if there's, anyone that just seems to be sketchy or upset or, on edge.
And I want
Okay.
to be scanning the rooftops based off our last encounter with this fucker.
All right, Viz and Riss make perception checks.
I'm not real good at this. So I'll take that.
Hey, nice.
Hell yeah. You're fine.
All right,
you got
so
this.
as Viz kind of takes off ahead of you, kind of pushing through some of the crowd and such, Lamp Street is a little bit less crowded as the high road was. There's room to breathe, essentially. As you make your way forward, the nimble right detector begins to whir even louder as you start heading to the east. It starts getting quite loud. As you're all moving forward, Viz, you don't see anybody untoward. Don't see a nimble right. You see people moving around, hoods up and such. Everybody kind of prepared for this rainy season that seems to be besetting itself upon Waterdeep. Risk. You see rooftops. Nobody walking around on them though.
Told you it was gonna rain.
As you keep walking up, it gets louder and louder, whirling, and then to the point where it's shaking in Jot's hand. And then, as it seems to be getting to just a fever pitch, very loud, you start walking forward, and it starts to die down ever so slightly. So you take a couple steps back, and it rises back up to the apex of its sound. And you look over to your left, and you see an alleyway is right next to you.
I think you can turn it off now.
Yeah, I'll disengage.
It just flies off in the fucking air.
Achoo.
Jot goes with it.
What do we?
Bye, Jot.
What do we see down the
John.
alleyway?
What do your numbers see?
You see...
What do my elves see?
As you make your way into the alley entrance, you look around, you see that it's fairly abandoned. As you're looking at it, it seems to be a cross-section in between a couple of different streets. You see different residences and such rising around the alleyway from you. To your left and right, you see discarded refuse and such that hasn't been picked up yet, or was put down after the dung sweepers came through this area. Or it's neglected, you're not too sure. It seems to be a bit of a dirty alleyway either way. But you see it stretching off ahead of you. It's, once again, kind of hard to see due to the fog and such, but you can see ahead and see an alleyway.
Do I see any, tracks in the mud that seem to be newer?
Make a survival check.
Of course it's an alleyway. It's always an alleyway. Why can't it be in the city street?
Nope.
You see, while this area isn't paved, it does still have some cobblestone here and there. It makes it very hard to see any tracks and such. You do see some half boot prints and such here and there, but nothing that you can really discern anything about.
Do we feel anyone watching us?
Make a paranoia check.
I'm nat 20 on that always.
I'm just gonna call out into the alleyway. It doesn't seem that big. I don't see any other people in there. I'd be like, "Hello."
Hello.
You call out, your voice kind of echoes, this din, of the surrounding buildings kind of arching up to your left and right. Echoes for a second. No response.
I'll send Seamus.
I will proceed in behind Risk and Kai.
I'll assume the position with Jot.
Yeah.
That sounds really bad, like I said it, and I'm like, shit.
Describe this position, please.
Kai
Sit
will...
right
Just
up there
kidding,
on the
we don't wanna get the
spot,
ban-
Right up
switch
there on the
ban.
spot, and I just hold her safe.
Look,
Oh.
please don't get me banned on Twitch. Please. I beg you. Please, let's not. No, we're not doing that. Kai is going to follow beside Risk, looking more out to his right hand side.
All right, Havik, is this the first door into a building I see? The dynamic lighting make it a little bit difficult to discern.
You do see several doors here and there that seem to be going into, either the backside of residences or shops. You're not too sure.
Can I check and see if this one's locked?
That's someone's home.
I'm not
Rick.
trying to open it. I'm just trying to see if it's locked.
How do you check if it's locked? By opening the
door. It's locked.
If I put my ear up against it, do I hear anything?
I don't know. Do you?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking. You're the one in charge here.
You're the one in charge, Havoc.
Do. Make another perception check.
I don't know why I ask. I'm so fucking bad at these.
You'll be maybe fine.
Yeah, I mean,
See, you rolled a 19. Thank you, Havoc. Perfect. Thank you.
Fixed. As you're kind of gently shaking the door, discovering that it's locked, you press your ear up against the door, and as you listen for a second, you hear what sounds like a bell ringing, somewhat faintly. It's hard to hear. Must be behind walls or something. You hear ding, 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 and then you hear a soft voice saying, "Yes, sir. What can I help you with?"
do I see any of the Zhentharim, the winged snakes, anywhere? Like that symbol anywhere in this area? Or the Xanathar symbol?
Make an investigation check.
Worst of these, yeah.
As you're looking around, it seems like okay.
Oh no, he has advantage, so it's the 22, not the.
Because it relies on sight, and he's an owl.
Yeah, he has advantage on it.
Hearing your okay. All right. So, Risk, as you're looking around, you don't see any symbols and such. You do realize that typically they're not out for most people to see in easy to view places. And though this alley is kind of out of the way, it's still right off like main thoroughfares and such.
Yeah, but the warehouse had them right on the fucking doors.
Yeah, but that was down in the dock ward.
I'm keeping an eye on where I'm at to make sure that if there was something down here, they're not like sneaking past us or anything. With Jot on my shoulder.
Okay.
Something to the north. There's something to the north, guys.
To the, like, inside the...
Well, I don't know that you've...
Jot's too far away to
Yeah,
tell
I don't
me
know that you guys have walked away from me because I don't have my own senses when I'm in this state.
Gotcha.
So, well, I guess Seamus would turn around
Yeah.
and, like, probably, like...
I'll walk
like,
up and
point
give them
this
the
way or
looks.
something, like...
Why don't you just walk up and join us?
I'm carrying her up with us. Now that I heard her say there's something up there, I'm gonna come up and slow people.
At this point, I'd like to start moving, like, very carefully.
Oh, I now see that there's an alleyway directly north. What do I see down this little alleyway that's inside the alleyway?
As you look up and see this small subsection between these two buildings, you initially see just what appears to be a large pile of, garbage and such, some old boxes and things of that nature. Then you see one of the boxes fall over and land on the ground with a kind of heavy hudunk, kind of a wet thud. As you look around, you see something, a form, kind of a silhouette moving back and forth, and you see that it's moving oddly. You see these jerky movements going back and forth. And then you see it stand up, and as this thing rises,
God,
you
we
see
need
something
you.
that looks just like Nim, who you met in the House of Aspired Hands. As it turns its head, this hat kind of off-kilter to the side, obviously drenched from water and such, looks over, and it tilts its head jakily to the side, and then you see its right hand raises up with a sword, and it moves towards you.
Can I take
Everybody
a
roll
shot?
for initiative.
Fuck.
Damn it.
Havoc, I would have once I saw that jumped off of her shoulder and snapped out of Seamus' vision.
Okay.
But that's okay.
That's fine.
I just didn't want to interrupt with the narration, so.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure. I was like, Jot, we need you.
Yeah, I
Jot,
don't know.
Jot, Jot.
Jot,
I'll
Jot,
do that,
come too.
hopefully. Oh, come on.
I'll
no.
throw Jot up there to Seamus.
Cheers. First drink of the night.
I'm out of beer.
Cheers,
No.
guys.
We just started. Havoc's like, I'm out of beer, guys.
I've already had two.
I'm saving the
I
scotch
guess.
for any crit, so.
I'm gonna have to go make that hot toddy. Probably after a combat.
Ooh. Wow. Okay.
Alrighty. So
This
as you
is
see
gonna be a
this,
fun night.
this obvious mechanical creature, this nimble right, rising up out of the refuse, and it looks towards you, and it's moving in a threatening manner. Viz, you were the first to react.
I would like to cast heat metal on the rapier in its hand.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Oh, things metal.
Fuck yeah. Cast heat metal on it,
Oh,
man.
thanks, metal.
Well, I mean, I can't pick the whole body, so I want him to drop the sword. Here,
I think
I'll do it with
con
the
save is to not drop the weapon, right?
on his turn. Yeah. Here, I'll do it with the whole thing.
it's such a good spell. I love heat metal. Like,
It's so good.
One of the best spells in the game.
Especially when you find someone who's wearing plate armor.
yeah.
Yes. Just walk up, place your hand on their plate mail, and be like, "Oh yeah, by the way, this is gonna hurt."
Yeah, so it's just the rapier is now starting to glow red hot, and I'm gonna yell, "Put it down! We don't need to fight. It's okay. Just put it down. You don't need that rapier. It's okay." And then I'm gonna back the fuck up.
Okay. All right. It's gonna make a con save.
Is it its turn now?
Oh, is it only on its turn?
Yeah, it's at its turn. It has to make a con save.
Okay. All right. It's not its turn. So. Okay. All right. So you see this rapier beginning to glow in the darkness with this fog and such in this dark alleyway. Begins to glow as Vis rather is.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. I thought it was on its turn.
It takes the damage immediately.
It's per turn, I thought.
I can if it holds on to it, I can reactivate it.
Yeah.
Okay. So
If
it
it's
immediately
holding it wearing
takes
the
damage.
object, it takes the damage
Correct.
from it. And then
So
it makes a con save. So it takes 7 from the first roll. And then con save to not drop it. It must succeed a Constitution saving throw or drop it, the object, if it can. So if it just wants to drop it, then it won't
Have the
take it on
disadvantage.
subsequent turns.
Okay. All right. So it takes the damage. You see it. What's the DC?
14.
14.
Okay. So if it succeeds, does it take damage still?
I
Yes.
think it still takes damage. It just can choose to hang on to it.
It can choose to hold
okay.
on.
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
Otherwise,
all
it
right.
has to drop it.
So you see this metal heating up and such, and it holds it up. You see this rapier holding it up, and as it does so, you see that this rapier is not. It's held by this hand. The hand seems to be solid, though, not one that can flex. It is just holding onto this rapier, looking confused and shaking its hand at jerky movements.
Why does my hand hurt?
It's,
Why does this hurt?
Let-
Looked over at
let
Steven
go.
and I'm like, I think the sword is its hand, babe. I don't think you can drop it.
He said it was holding the sword. I didn't realize its hand was the sword.
Did he just give it a flaming weapon?
I think he did, actually.
He
Yeah,
absolutely did. Yep.
But, you
Okay,
know,
so anything
it's gonna
else,
take damage
Fizz?
too. It's fine.
Nope, just backing up.
Okay. All right. So this weapon is being permanently held by this Nimblewright, shaking through the air. You see it, some of the fog kind of burning off the edge of it as it shakes it through the air and such. It looks really intimidating as he's doing so. Kai, it's your turn.
Kai doesn't see this, but he's going to step in this direction. And do I see the weapon like heating up? He's like
Yep.
freaking out. Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
Kai is going to cast command at first level and tell it to kneel. Wisdom save.
Okay.
DC 14.
15 on the roll.
Ouch.
But a -2?
What?
Ooh.
Oh yeah, he actually not -2. He has disadvantage
He has disadvantage.
on all
It
ability
actually-
or not saves, just ability checks. So never mind.
Yeah, attack rolls and ability checks.
Okay. If that fails, yeah, I'm gonna place my hand on my chest and cast guidance. No, wait, I can't. No, that's an action too, isn't it? Yep, 2 action.
Yes.
Nope, that's it. No, I'm good.
All right.
So just the
you-
one.
All right, you see Kai moving forward and commanding this Nimblewright to kneel, but it seems entirely too preoccupied with this flaming sword in its hand to notice. Talia.
Should.
I would like to rage.
Raw.
And then
Roar.
Raw.
I am going to. Do you want this thing live or do?
Maybe.
I mean, it absolutely hasn't tried to hurt us yet.
It hasn't, but it hasn't had a chance to yet.
Well, regardless, I want to bring it back to the out of character. I want to bring it back to the.
Yeah, I was just like, wait, out of
Yeah.
character. Like, if we do kill it, is there a way to like?
If we want the money from the House of Wonders, we have to kill it.
It's
I
a
mean-
No,
construct,
we have to
it
get
can
it
be
back to
rebuilt.
them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, if it's trying to stab us, let's just kill it and bring back its pieces.
Okay, I'm gonna rage and pull out my great axe and run up there and hack it.
Do it.
Do it. Do it real good.
Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun.
Alright, chat, hold on.
18
shit.
will hit for 15 slashing damage, right?
Sorry, I had
Should be.
to fix
Okay.
this.
All right. Oh, plus 2, actually.
But yeah,
My
plus
cameras
plus
were
two
in
for
the
your
wrong
range.
I
spot.
can't wait until next level. I was like, do I have a second attack yet? No.
No, not quite.
One more level.
Did this make me level up again already so soon?
No, good try, though. Anything else?
No, I guess I'm just gonna make myself. Or no, if I step to the side, he doesn't get an opportunity, does he?
No, you won't be out of his threat range.
There.
Look,
Okay.
I had to fix it for myself.
All right, so Talia rushes
want
forward,
to
bringing
look
out the great
forward
axe,
and watch
swinging it
everybody.
down. You see that Talia makes solid contact, making this nimble right step back a couple paces. But you see her weapon doesn't quite dig into it like it would flesh. It bounces off a bit. Doesn't seem to make full contact with the attack.
Did we make some
And then-
sparks? Did I spark with it?
It does some sparks, yeah. It flies off, just ching, ching. It shakes this sword through the air and then gets hit in the chest. Looks over towards Talia, takes a step forward, and is going to attack her 3 times.
Oh shit.
15,
Disadvantage?
Sorry, what's the first one?
15.
And
Okay.
That is with
I'm
disadvantage,
ju-
right?
Okay.
I don't know. Does a 15 hit you?
A 15 hits. Sorry.
Okay.
All right, 15. All right, next attack is 17. And the third attack, 2 with the rapier, still on fire, hitting both of those. And you see it reaching down and pulling out this small dagger from its hip and this kind of makeshift leather holster on its side. Pulls out the dagger and stabs with it as well.
So when I do rage, I just remembered this. I'm so sorry. I'm new to D&D.
Oh yeah, you have like guardians and stuff.
Yeah,
that show
the
up, don't
guardians.
they?
I was like,
yeah.
wait.
What is that?
Do those show up on your first turn, or is it a bonus action to do it?
Should be first turn.
It's a bonus action to rage, and then they show
Oh,
up.
sorry,
Yeah,
not
bonus
that.
action
Let
to
me-
rage,
let me
and
find it 1
once
minute.
they're active, they should just be active.
I didn't
think
scroll down
those
far enough.
things- I think those things you can give it disadvantage to attack somebody else or something like that.
Let me look.
I've forgotten what your.
Okay, so yeah, so if it tries to attack anybody else, it does half damage on other people
Yep.
and has disadvantage on the attacks.
Correct.
Yes, there we go. It gets more stuff.
Yeah,
Next,
it gets
at
lots of
level
stuff.
And after you roll off its attacks against her at disadvantage, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
All
how
right,
much damage does the first rapier do?
First rapier will do 10 piercing.
Halved.
And what's your damage on?
It's only piercing, bludgeoning, and
You're-
slashing.
You're
Oh, I
in
know.
Cestial, right?
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
The heat metal
All right,
does.
so
2d8.
10 piercing and 5 fire damage. Second attack will be another 10 piercing.
Are those already halved?
This is not. This is straight rolls.
No,
so if it's
straight rolls.
Halved after.
So
Half
have
the
them
piercing.
after. Yep.
Do you have resistance to fire damage?
Not the fire, just the piercing part.
Yeah.
So 5 and 5, so
So-
10 piercing total.
Yeah, 10 piercing and then 10 fire damage. And then the third attack was a 16 to hit, which was 8 piercing and no fire damage. So total damage is 14 points of piercing damage and 10 points of fire damage for a total of 24 points of damage. All right. So Nimberite makes 3 attacks. And that's its turn. It's just wailing on Talia right now, who attacked it. Risk.
All right, Risk is going to take his short sword and just take a first slash at it. So 13 hit.
Does not.
Do I? Oh, I've got to be adjacent. Fuck.
Yeah, better be
It's
flanking.
not flankable right now.
Is the turn order somewhere that I just can't see it?
Should be.
Is it minimized on your screen?
I don't know. I don't see it anywhere.
Does
It's
that
fine.
make it come up?
I also had it minimized for stream. I'm
Just
so
risk and
sorry.
jot, then you're back up.
It's there. It's there now. I promise.
That's also going to be a
Crossbow. Okay, that'll hit.
and that's also going to be a trip attack, which is a 14 dex save.
14 dex save. 25.
It rolled the 25.
Jeez.
It's a very dexterous creature.
Yeah, I guess so. And yeah, it takes a 1 extra point of damage for the.
Okay.
Yep, that's my turn.
All right, short sword
Yikes.
clanging off of its armor.
Yikes.
Does it have disability on? Does it have
Disability?
disadvantage on its save?
Not saves, just ability checks.
Just ability checks. Okay.
Disability.
Yeah.
Heat metals
And
only.
attacks.
Cool.
All right, so all right, short sword and a hand crossbow going out. Short sword bouncing off, but the crossbow bolt hinting into it, kind of denting some of the metal. But you see that it's moving very quickly. It doesn't have thick armor and such onto it, but it's moving very lithely, very quickly, almost like you'd expect a kind of expert, dexterous fighter to do. Very similar to Risk.
And did
Yeah,
I
your
notice the crossbow doing less damage than I thought it should have?
It's not sinking into it, so yeah.
Okay.
My turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright, I am going to cast Magic Missile at level 2.
Okay. 17 damage, Jesus.
Nice.
That's good damage.
Hell yeah.
And
That's a
then-
really good roll.
Mm-hmm.
Lucky. And then I will have I'll have Seamus give Kai advantage on his next attack.
Okay. Help action on Kai.
Yep.
All right. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Jot. Kinda. Yeah. Able to step forward, casting her hand forward as these 4 bolts of energy stream across, flying around, Risk kind of arcing around and hitting this Nimberite. You see the Nimberite bouncing back and forth with each impact. Various dents and such appearing. It seems like this magic was full-on impactful on it. Definitely did a solid chunk of damage to it, but it's still standing.
Did it seem like the fire damage did less?
No.
Okay.
It's sword's on fire and it doesn't like it. It's hard to quantify that, but yeah.
Okay, so bonus action, heat metal.
Okay.
So it takes 8 points fire damage.
Okay.
Then I'm going to run over here, and I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at level 2 on Talia.
All right.
Heal her for 12. And then I'm going to back up 10 feet.
All
That's the
right.
end of my turn.
It's going to take an
Yeah.
attack of opportunity on you with its rapier.
From here, it
21.
has reach?
No,
Oh, you were right there a second ago.
Oh,
Oh
sorry.
yeah.
Did you move around the
well,
outside?
You were between
No, if
me
you move
and
around there, that's
Talia.
fine.
If I can move through Kai's space, so when I move 5 feet, I'll just have to move 5 feet back here.
Okay.
direction.
Yeah, as long as you're not in that square. That's what I thought you stopped. So.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Actually, yeah, I'll take it, actually. Because I want to be back this way. So I'll take the attack against me at disadvantage.
Okay. At disadvantage, a 21 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
All right. That's 5 piercing and 6 fire damage.
All right, I'll take it.
Okay.
My turn's over.
All right. So Viz rushing in to heal Talia. Unfortunately, gets hit once by this rapier as he backs away. But Talia looking less pokey, less poked through. Kai.
And you have
Kai.
advantage.
Yep. Kai kind of raises his hands and then points in the direction of the nimble right, casting Grasp of Darkness at advantage.
Oh, well, a natural
Ooh.
20 will hit.
Oh yeah,
Drink.
roll the thing. The thing.
The thing is a thing. Roll that D100.
Forge, roll a D100.
Ooh, yeah, and a D100 too.
Oh, that damage.
Oh shit!
Holy
That is so much damage.
And there's 3 ones in that damage roll.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, just want to point that out. That's fine.
All right. Let me do this first.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow, chat. Wow.
Okay.
Just saying, wow.
55. Oh, I just scrolled too far.
Ooh. Man, that scotch is something else.
That. Oh wait, you did a spell. Let me do the
I
spell
did.
ones. Yeah.
Do the spell ones.
All right, roll me a 1, 2, 3,
Drink.
4, 5. Roll me a D5.
1D5.
Hope you get 5, because you rolled a 55. Dang it.
Damn, so close.
Okay.
I hope it's something like, if the thing's a construct, it explodes into a million pieces.
Right? Like, it just
Then
goes
how do we
everywhere.
bring
It's
back
fine.
For our prize.
Viz, make a dex saving throw.
What?
What?
What? No, I didn't try to hurt somebody else. Hold on.
20.
This wasn't in the agreement.
All right,
Okay,
so
hold on.
As you see Kai raising up his hand, these tendrils of darkness flying forward. You see as they fly through the air towards this nimble right, they grow and much larger than you've seen before. As they envelop it, the nimble right disappears under this caress of darkness. And then you see the nimble right shoot out of the darkness, flying in a random direction as it lands right next to Viz, who's able to sidestep out of the way.
This is not what I wanted.
I don't know if this is
This wasn't what I was trying to do. Hold on. Stay the fuck where you were at.
As you see, 'cause I want to tell you why this happened. As you did this, you see that he flies out of the darkness, and you can just see the spear point, or this, the point of his sword flying through the air. Because at a 55, your target's weapon is flung 1d6 times 5 feet away in a random
Oh
direction.
no!
He's attached to his weapon.
What if it couldn't it have been a
That's
dagger?
amazing.
Yeah, it could have been his dagger.
That's amazing.
This is much funnier. So he lands over there. Doesn't take any fall damage, but he's just flung out over next to Viz. Viz is like, what the hell? Anything else, Kai?
Kai's gonna look at Viz. Sorry, Viz. And that's gonna be the end of his turn.
Do
Alright.
Talia and
No.
Riz get attacks of opportunity?
No.
It was.
No.
They
It wasn't.
it
shows-
moves.
Yeah.
Yeah, it moved against its will. So.
Yeah.
All right, Talia, your prey has moved away from you.
I'm gonna go and get it. Be like, I didn't say you could move.
Flank him, flank him, flank him, flank him,
Get him. Flank him.
flank him.
Did you just tell me to
Flank him.
spank him?
No, flank
Yes,
him.
Also spank him. Do both of those things.
I'm
The
gonna
thing
spank
with
him
an
my
F.
great axe.
Oh.
All right, you'll have advantage on the attack. 20 will hit.
Plus 2.
For
I'll spank him plus
18.
2.
All right. Okay.
Donk.
Okay.
Anything else?
I made his butt spark.
A little bit.
No, I'm
Nope.
gonna stay here
All right.
so he doesn't run.
Talia moving stomping past Risk, and Kai moves up next, bringing her great axe around, and she slides through the muck beneath her feet, sliding it into this thing, hitting it right on the backside as it kind of slumps forward as it's trying to get back up off the ground. Sparks flying, its thing kind of moves forward. You see its pieces are kind of bent in awkward angles. It's moving very shakily and such, like it's barely holding itself together, but it is still alive.
Eep.
It turns towards Talia and makes 3 attacks.
Just to let you
First
know,
rapier.
Steven just said, "Oh, thank God."
First attack, a 20 to hit.
Damn, man, that disadvantage has
attack.
done nothing for us.
Oh, sorry, disadvantage. My bad. Sorry.
Oh.
14 to hit on the first one.
Oh,
That means
12
that
on the second
oh
one.
man.
Cutting words on the first one.
Hey.
All
there we
right,
go.
go ahead and roll your cutting words.
I will definitely roll higher than a 1.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I thought she had a 13. Okay. Yes, okay, that'll miss. And the dagger. 12. All right, it misses all its
Hey.
attacks.
Yay.
Standing back up and
Yeah.
moving around, barely able to hold itself. It lunges very awkwardly. Talia is able to easily just kind of parry and bat it aside. Unable
Wait,
to
hold
hit
on.
it.
You missed the whole what did Viz say that made him
Oh
like
yeah.
miss that
Oh,
What
attack?
did you say to distract it, Viz?
I just want to tap it on the shoulder when it's going in for that first parry and be like, "Excuse me, could you not stab my friends, please?"
Just turns around, metallic voice coming out of his mind. What?
Dab.
All right. Okay, it misses all its attacks. It can't do anything else.
I'm gonna
Risk,
flex at it.
your turn.
Risk is going to come in and kind of say, Viz, you've done great. This isn't. Why is my screen doing this? What the fuck? When I'm
What are
trying to
you
move
talking
my
about, Risk? What are you talking about?
when I'm trying to move my token, it's scrolling me up on the fucking the page.
What is the screen? What are you talking
Are
about?
you on the pan tool instead of the click tool?
No, I wasn't, but I fixed whatever it was. So just to say, Viz, excuse me, you've done great, but let me step in here real quick. And
So
Advantage?
have it real quick. So anytime it takes damage from the heat metal, it has to make a con save, but it can't drop the sword, right?
Something bad
Correct.
would happen if it couldn't. It's made both of its con saves. I was gonna do something.
its
if it
arm
failed.
off.
I don't know what it was. Like maybe it takes extra damage or something. I don't know, but it's succeeded both times.
Both
so-
times it succeeded. Okay, all right.
Yeah, it rolled 20s twice in a row. So, all right, with advantage, an 18 will hit.
And that is a trip attack.
All right. As you're tripping it, go ahead and tell me how you destroyed the nimble ray.
Hey.
Oh.
All right. The risk seeing Talia taking some damage and risk being face to face with a melee combatant and being kind of nervous about that, steps in and kind of just shoves Viz very carefully out of the way with one arm and just takes it at the neck joint with his other hand.
All right. So as he does so,
And you're dead.
this machination essentially
Thank
barely
you.
holding itself together, just covered in scrapes and such from all of your attacks. Risk stepping up and just essentially beheading it by clocking through its neck. There is this creature, which, just so everybody knows what it looks like. So this thing's look pretty cool.
I love
I
the
would like
art
I
of
would
it.
like I would like to end heat metal.
Would you? Sure.
So as Risk kind of with a flourish chops off the head, it making a heavy metallic sound as it clungs to the ground, kind of echoing. You see these beady kind of red eyes that were shining through it.
Thank
This kind of
you
very
so
thing.
very much for the sub. Very much appreciated.
Thank you for the sub. You're so
Thanks,
kind.
Oh,
Mirren, for
sorry,
the
guys.
sub.
If you guys
The-
have
the-
Amazon Prime, you can subscribe to one of your favorite streamers for free.
Just like Mirne just
For
did.
free?
Like she just
For
said.
free.
Like she
Twitch
just
Prime.
said. For real. For free.
Somewhere in the back.
Just run just off screen.
somewhere in the distance of Faerun. Switch Prime.
I think you heard
Twitch
her.
Prime.
I'm not sure.
Exit
Alright.
stage right by Viz.
As its head falls to the ground, you see these kind of tiny red
But
dots
yes,
that were
thank
its
you,
eyes and
Mirren,
this kind
thank
of
you
dark center
so very much.
of its head flare out
We
completely.
appreciate it.
It's definitely ceasing to function, dead if nothing else. As it falls down to the ground, you see it has a couple of like these very hastily, very not good craftsmanship looking like kind of leather pouches around its side. One was holding like the dagger in a small pouch as well. But as it falls to the ground, its body tilting back and forth as the head is taken off of it. It falls down, landing onto the ground, making another metallic sound. You see one of these pockets is already dangling open, and what appears to be a piece of parchment rolls out and lands on the ground.
Thank you, CK.
It's my turn,
for
so I'm
the
running
sub.
straight for that.
Okay. Yeah, you're
Actually,
out of combat.
it's still my turn.
Oh, damn it. It's still your turn. Fine.
but
you can't
risk. Yes. Ouch.
Hi.
Risk picks it up and hands it to Drot.
All right,
Did-
so
Did you already? If not, I'd like to search its body for the stone.
as
There's
it fell
something- there's
down,
a
there was
some
several like
parchment.
pockets around, but one of the pockets opened up as it fell to the ground, and a piece of parchment rolled out, kind of
What
wrapped
about-
up.
What about
and rolled
rocks,
over.
though?
Oh, that was convenient.
You start checking the body as Jot begins reading over and looking down, kind of unraveling this parchment and pulling it out. You see there is writing on this parchment. But you're not sure if you can make heads or tails of it.
Okay.
That's definitely not something I can read. That's not draconic in like common script, is it?
All the runes seem to be, all the lettering and such appears to be of common, but
Okay.
it doesn't seem to make any
Oh.
sense.
Do I think that?
Oh.
Hmm.
Oh.
Uh,
Oh.
Oh, I don't know why we're doing it.
Out of character, it feels like
I
it's
think
like
it's thieves can't.
Yeah, thieves can't. Yeah, exactly.
Well, just for good measure, while they're looking through that, I will ritual cast comprehend languages.
Okay.
I don't know if this will help here.
All right. So you got to take
Are we
like
out
10
of
minutes to do
combat?
that. Yes, you're out of combat.
Can we
I
get
will
less
put-
dramatic music? I'm nervous.
I guess. This is fun though.
But it's fine. It's fine.
Do I find the stone we're looking for?
As you're looking through, you see several of these pockets and such. You see the metal that was heated up by your spell is cooled down and stuff every once in a while, kind of sparking with like raindrops that may be falling randomly over your head. But you check the pockets and such. You see most of them are empty. You do find a rock inside one of them, but as you look at it, it appears to be just a normal rock.
I'm gonna keep it anyway because I
Okay.
don't know what the Stone of Golorr looks like. Guys, I found it. It's right here. Look, it had a stone in its pocket.
Okay. I don't. Does it look like the? Do we? We don't know what it even looks like. So, sure.
We don't even know if it's
Is
a
that
stone.
what it is?
We know it's called the Stone of Golorr.
Galore.
Are you sure that's what it is?
Nope.
Okay.
Maybe
Is
it's
very
necklace
excited about a
or
rock.
ring.
He's like, look. Jot, for the sake of
Also-
brevity, is kind of chanting to herself, and
I am
Then looking
so
back down.
sorry about the burning, guys. I thought I would make him put it down. I didn't realize it was going to hurt us. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to burn you guys. I feel terrible about that. I was hoping to disarm him, and I feel terrible. I'm so sorry.
Jot, you were interrupted as you're trying to ritual cast this spell. As you're all standing around, Viz apologizing and such and showing the rock off and everything, Jot kind of concentrating as best she can to ritual cast this spell. You hear voices coming off from the entrance that you came from. You hear these voices chiming in, "What's going on down there?" And you see several city guards moving down into the alleyway.
Into my pocket.
I didn't
Motherfucker,
mean to.
they can't-
I'm so
like,
sorry.
For
I
5
didn't
minutes.
mean-
I want 5 minutes without these motherfuckers around here.
This is like fucking GTA.
Seriously.
I put it in my pocket.
Okay. Make a sleight of hand check.
Profusely apologizing.
I'm not. Fuck these guys.
Should I lay down and pretend to be like seriously hurt and you guys defended my honor?
They won't buy
Uh,
that. I'm sorry.
Okay. So as you're glancing up, Jock quickly taking this note and shoving it into her pocket, you see these 6 guards moving forward, all of them kind of looking around and such as they see you and kind of glance around and see this, dead nimble right essentially in front of them and say, "Well, what's going on here? We had reports of shouting and violence coming from here."
This fucking metal man attacked us. What the fuck is going on? God, do we know any of these guys? I feel like we know a lot of them at this point.
we can't even walk around the city without something happening. I
Oh God.
fucking give up.
As you say that, you see the guard kind of say, listen, it's fine. Is everyone all right? Are you all okay?"
No, I hurt them. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I thought it would be useful, but I hurt them. And I feel
Viz,
terrible.
it's fine.
What?
It's
What?
fine.
No, I feel
No,
bad.
no,
Look at
it's
Talia.
fine.
She's got burn marks. She never got burned in the ocean. It's my fault.
This is true. That never
I'm-
happens.
I'm going to. Maybe
Does
hold
anyone
on.
require healing? Like, are you okay?
The blue one might need a little bit, if anyone could spare anything.
You got a little something something?
That the guard looks around.
I'm going to cast Calm Emotions on Viz.
Oh, he's real bad at charisma saving throws, so
You don't need
Unless
to
he
waste
chooses
spell
to-
Oh, like, hold on.
yeah.
Viz.
Don't do magic in front of the guards.
He's registered. It's fine.
I'm registered. It's okay.
Yeah, you have a permit for that spell, son.
Kai is Viz's Xanax.
Take the edge off real quick. All right, so as the guards look around, they're like, "Everyone seems fine. No limbs are missing. Everyone seems fine." I guess I apologize for this thing attacking you. Were you just wandering through this alley and it jumped out at you? What happened?
Out of character, real quick. I think I'm going to try a little bit of truth with a little bit of lie. See how it
Two
works.
truths and a lie? I love
Go for
this
it.
game.
Go for it.
And Kai's going to point in the direction of Jot, since she had the machine, and say, "Whatever you do, don't tell him about the machine, please." Using
The paper? It's a piece of paper is what I have.
The umbrella.
No, the umbrella.
Oh, the umbrella
Yeah.
thing. Oh, okay.
Using
I got it.
message, so
I got
like
it.
kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
whispering and pointing in her direction.
Yes, Viz.
Maybe it's just the way you're RPing them, but these guys sound like they don't give a fuck. Can I like insight check them to see if they're just like, "What do you want?" or if they're like
They could.
legitimately
No.
concerned?
Make an insight check. Make a history check as well.
We're not nobles, so they don't give a shit.
I mean,
so as
I'm
you're looking over
noble.
these guards, you see them. The ones in the back, one's speaking to you. The rest of them are kind of looking around, and you see them kind of glancing up at the sky and such. They seem very disinterested as they're looking around, seeing no one dead or grievously injured or anything. You're looking around and seeing that, like I said, they don't seem to care too much. Not in an insulting way. I'm trying to convey that. They just
It's
seem
like they have more
you're-
important things to do.
No harm,
Yeah, it's
no
like-
foul.
Yeah.
You're all right, and said. So with that, you're looking at them, and he's kind of looking around at you all and says, "Well, everyone seems fine. Just leave that trash heap there. The dung sweepers will take care of it in the morning. If everyone's fine, I don't think we need to bother with a report. It's almost the end of our shift, honestly. And if you're all fine, if you want us to open an investigation, we can. But that's
Not
up to you."
necessary.
Kai is
What's
going to
He
whisper.
was stabbed twice. Wait,
Kai is
Never
going
mind,
to
never mind.
whisper to Risk and be like, "Do we really want to make them do more paperwork? Because we can do that right now."
No, we don't.
Problem so they make us do more paperwork on our bar.
I think that the
Look.
less that they have our names in their mind, the better.
It's fine. Have a good night. Just kind of wave to them. Just bye. It's fine.
No, Mirne, totally just post it in his chat, please. Thank you.
So as you're doing that, they kind of nod and say, "Well, we're glad you're all right. Just don't cause any more mischief. It's getting late." And they kind of wave you off and bid you adieu and march back off into the street.
And
Should we take this to? I feel like we should not just sit here. We should take this thing somewhere else.
I agree. Do we see any, not damaged boxes in the alleyway?
we need its
There's
head.
one. There's like one over here that seems like it could hold some weight.
Does it have a lid to it?
It has like flaps on the side. I think like a cardboard box, but made out of something sturdier.
Risk is going to bring that down and start putting the nimble right into it.
Do you
Careful
need
with
some help with that box? You've seen my muscles.
I think I might need your help lifting the nimble right. It looks
How,
pretty
how,
dense.
how many pieces is it in?
2. Just the head
Just
and the
the
body.
head and the body.
Like, would it be beneficial if we like disassembled it some more?
Yeah, I think it's
You-
good.
wait,
The head
hold
It's
on.
more furniture for
You're-
the bar. It's okay.
You're encouraging disassembling this nimble right in the middle.
The thing
of...
that killed 11 people? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, let's do it. Kai's all
I can
in.
carry the box in one piece. We'll keep it in one piece. I can carry the box.
How about we just disassemble it like?
Oh no, we're beating the shit out of it until it doesn't work anymore.
Okay, then
Like,
go
ever.
around the corner at least or something. It doesn't need to be destroyed that badly. It's like a work of art. Basically, it's so
Well,
pretty.
further,
Look at it.
I think that if there's a chance that they can make it turn back on, we can get some answers out of it, potentially. I think if we ruin it too badly, they may not be able to do that.
That's what I was thinking too.
Actually, I don't know if I think any of this. I don't think if I know anything about how Niborites work.
Also, we were offered some money for dealing with this.
Approximately.
We dealt with it. It's fine.
I
It's
don't
set.
want them
It's
to
in
think
a
that it's not
pile of.
recognizable. I want to leave it in
Yeah.
And
one piece.
I kind of want to see if we can decorate the bar with it.
It was
Like
gonna be
take
worth
the skull and
this,
like.
how much
Yeah.
was it
Yeah, I'm
gonna be
with you. Yeah.
It was gonna be worth 500 gold, just as an FYI.
We kind of need that.
It still
They
needs to be
didn't say
recognizable.
the whole thing. We can leave the skull on the. Whatever. It's fine.
I think all they want is the skull. Maybe we can keep the rest.
Oh, maybe.
Regardless, let's get it back before we do anything else with it. I feel like they owe us at least a favor at this point. And
We
maybe
can ask.
Maybe
can ask.
destroy it when we get there.
Yeah, we'll get there and be like, here's the body. Is this enough? Okay, give us some money. All right, we're taking the head. Cool. All right, we're done.
All right. So Talia's going to carry. Can Talia carry the box on its own? Is it that big, or is it kind of awkward? Or
I mean, it's this thing was only like 4.5 feet tall. It's not huge. It is made out of metal though, so it is kind of heavy. But any of y'all could probably carry it. It'd be a little cumbersome, but you could all carry it.
I could carry it?
Not you. Sorry. Everyone else.
Absolutely not you.
Everyone
I
but
believe
the
in
gnome.
myself. Havoc.
Everyone but you.
Everyone but me could.
Stu,
You
what
can
is
be
your
on my
strength
shoulders
score?
and you can like
Except
hold the
-2.
flaps.
I'm only -1.
Yep.
I fucking
Oh.
hate that so much.
I think we should go. I would like to figure out what this note says before we do anything else. So why don't we go? How far, where are we at right now?
Yeah, can we see the main
go
map?
back to the other map.
We're a ways away from the House of Wonders.
Oh.
Yeah, we're not.
Well, no, that wasn't
super
what I was gonna
close.
do. I was gonna go back to the tavern, but we're a ways away from that too.
Mhm.
We're like halfway between Yawning Portal and.
Yeah,
Let's
we're
just-
like midway.
Yeah, I would say let's go home and figure out what this notes or just now that the guards have passed, we'll just like duck into an alley and I'll see if I can figure this out.
Well, it's raining out, right? Or just gross out in general? Havoc?
It's
What's the
foggy.
weather? Foggy. Okay.
What if we take the box to the Yawning Portal? We get our normal table. Jot takes her 10 minutes to decipher the thing. We talk to Davil, and then we go to the House of Wonders.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to figure out what this note says before we do anything else with this.
Right, that's why I'm saying.
Yeah.
Um,
So
we do still need to talk to Davil and them.
let's head. We're gonna head straight to the Yawning Portal. From here, take the note. We're going straight to the Yawning Portal. We'll figure out what the note actually means from there. So, Havoc, wherever you want to go from there.
Oh wait, can I carry the box? Can Talia carry Jot while she
Hey.
ritual casts?
Can Kai carry the broken body of the Nimblewright?
We put
That's
it in a
what's
box.
in the box.
Oh, then
Yeah, you folded up the nimble
fuck
right
it.
like in its joints and it's in a box now. So what are
Okay,
y'all
yeah.
doing?
Kai's above carrying a Nimblewright in a box. It's fine.
We're taking the box to the Yawning Portal.
To the Yawning Portal. Okay.
And looking for Dabble.
Okay. Okay. All right. So as you leave it at this alleyway, God damn it, that was supposed to take y'all way longer.
I've made some
It's
progress.
fine.
I haven't gotten it finished, so
If we're ahead of schedule, we can 5-minute break to let you catch up.
No, like 2 sessions. That's what's supposed to.
Oh God!
Yeah, so Steve solved the cipher. That doesn't mean Viz did.
That's the thing too. You can solve it all you want. You can get the information, but your characters have to make intelligence checks to figure this out. I was hoping that you guys as players wouldn't solve it so quick, though.
You should have said
Steven's
that.
pretty smart.
It's okay.
I mean, Mirnade had already messaged me the fucking cipher and what it was and everything, and I'm like, okay, cool. That was not nearly as hard as I thought it was.
I haven't decoded all of it, but I figured out what the key is to decode it.
Yeah.
So I haven't done all the things yet.
I gotta step my game up then when it comes to ciphers and shit. So, all right. Okay, so with that, okay. So you start heading back to the south as you leave this alleyway. Once again, the fog's still hanging over, but you were surprised to see some guards showing up. However, they, once again, seemed like they were at the end of their shift and were kind of like, you're all alive. Like, nobody's bleeding to death or anything. It's fine. If y'all don't want to report it, we won't worry about this. Everything's fine. And they took off. You all do know that, based on the reaction, it seems that creatures, if this thing can be considered a creature, this nimble right, as a construct, really, don't really have rights to speak of. So nothing for them to worry about. There's no penalty for killing a construct, as you have done. So it seems like you're in the clear on that, but then that begs the question, does it have a soul? Is it all right for you to kill a nimble right?
My next character is going to... First of all, fuck you for making me cry already. My next character is going to be a Warforged.
That is the saddest movie.
That was Mass Effect.
Wait.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about something else. I'm talking about the Haley Joel Osment movie. Is it called just
Sixth
AI,
Sense?
I think?
Oh.
No.
Do I sense a form, like a life form within this?
No.
Okay. I don't
Well, there
feel
we
any
go.
remorse for this.
Per
I'm
the
good.
DM, this unit does not have a soul.
Yes, it does
This
not have a
unit
soul.
does not have a soul. It means nothing to me. Kill the
The movie was
motherfucker.
called AI Artificial Intelligence. A really good movie if you haven't seen it.
Oh, yeah.
It's all about Pinocchio, essentially.
Basically.
Kind of. All right, so you start heading to the south. One of you lugging this box along with you that's kind
Talia.
of shambling. Yeah, Talia's lugging along. It kind of makes these metallic sounds as
I'd
the
like to
pieces
think
rub
my
against each
shins
other.
are hitting the bottom of the box because Talia is only like 5'4", I think is what I listed her at.
She's
So,
carrying it,
clank,
and like, as she's stepping, like, her heels are hitting it, and she's like, motherfucker, can we get here faster, please? I'm tired of hitting this thing.
It's a long walk, so you keep going down to the south. The streets, darkness at this point is settling over Waterdeep, but it's pretty dark. It's even darker than usual with the onset of this fog hanging in the air. But it takes you a little while to get down south, but you travel down the high road, eventually making your way onto Snail Street, which ultimately leads to the Yawning Portal. As you walk through the doors, bursting through them, as everybody said that they just want to go in and look for Davil. You look around the tavern, don't see Davil. Not here again for some reason.
What?
But the bar's lively. Everyone else seems to be here.
No,
Everything is going
no.
on.
No.
And that is where we're going to take our 5-minute break.
Fuck you, Havoc.
While Havoc rewrites the cipher.
I hate you. I hate you.
You can solve it all you want out of game. In game, it's going to take a little while.
All right.
All right. All right.
Cool.
Alright, be right.
All right, so 5-minute break. Don't go anywhere. We're going to continue from here. See why Davil's not here, because that's a pretty important plot point. And I'm going to refill my glass of red wine. So don't go anywhere. I will see you soon. Very, very much for being here. We are now in the Yawning Portal, ready to try to figure out what the hell is going on, because it's pretty much chaos right now. But thank you so very much to everyone who is here. Honestly, I appreciate having all of you. The viewership is incredible. Thank you so very much. So yeah, we are in the Yawning Portal. We're getting ready to look around, figure out what the hell is going on. Davil, who we had come here for, is not here, which is kind of a surprise to everybody. But we're pretty much getting ready to go into it. Are you guys kind of ready to go into this, or do we need to delay a little bit?
Steven's on his way
One
back
second.
down.
Okay. So yeah.
All right.
Go ahead.
All right, so he's coming back in. So once again, you make your way into the Yawning Portal. There is raucous drinking and fun to be had. You see a sight that you actually haven't seen before while in the Yawning Portal. As you're moving in, going down to sit at your table, you see up to the northeast of you, where the namesake of this place, the Yawning Portal itself, this large hole that leads down into the well, into this place called the Undermountain, this infamous dungeon. You see that over to the side there's this large platform, and on top of it you see several people, 5 people that dressed in a very familiar way. You see weapons at their sides and such, armor across them. They all appear to be adventurers. You see several people moving back and forth, kind of cheering them on and such. You see another man kind of standing behind them, taking gold pieces and silver pieces from different people. And you can kind of hear him as he turns around and says, come here. We got 5 gold on 4 days. When will they be coming back with their tails between their legs? Come on now. It seems that they're betting on these adventurers and when they'll be retreating from the Undermountain.
You know,
5 gold on 2 weeks.
if this was us, we would be having a very different conversation right now.
So as you're sitting down, looking around, you do see several familiar faces. You see Bonnie running back and forth behind the bar. You see Raynar, who hasn't seemed to have noticed you yet. He's kind of drinking. He has a bit of a perplexed look on his face, kind of focusing on his taker of ale before him. You see Jallister, Silvermane off to your east, kind of sitting at his table talking to a couple of guards and such. Seems to be probably well into his drinks at this point. A few other faces you've recognized as normals, or regulars rather. And 3 Strings, as always, is sitting up at the top of the bar, playing his 3-stringed flute. What do y'all want to do?
Well,
Did
that
Bonnie
was-
see us?
Bonnie's behind the bar. It takes
have
a
wine.
minute or so before you see
I'm good.
another woman, the one that served you last time, run up and say, hello, loves. What can I get you?
I'll take water.
I would love some water as refreshment, please, if you don't mind. That'd
Can-
be wonderful.
Can you bring me some red wine and Viz as well, please? Thank you.
Water, a couple of red wines. The rest of you?
Just water.
I'll have an ale.
And you, little one?
She's muted.
Yeah. No, I'm making you
Oops, sorry,
multitask.
I've answered multiple times and didn't realize I was muted. Jot is focused on ritual casting comprehend languages. And
Okay.
he's not paying any attention. So
All right, so Jod's just muttering to herself. You see her just frantically staring at this note
Bring
that was
her
found on the
water
nimble
too.
right.
She'll want
With
water.
that, you see the barmaid kind of looking around and says, "Not very well. Give me a few minutes." Kind of turns around, kind of confused with Jot just kind of chanting to herself in the middle of the Yawning Portal. We'll say at the end of your comprehend languages, it does nothing.
okay. Thanks.
So the rest of you are sitting around and such. Once again, a few minutes go by. The barmaid returns with all your drinks sitting around the table. What do y'all want to do?
So, no Davil. It is no, just nothing. No.
Yeah, strangely absent the
Thought he
table
lived
you
here.
see. Doppelganger. Doesn't live here apparently.
But this is Raynar.
Let's go stay out
Yep.
of radar.
Yeah, let's go. I'm gonna go with Risk to talk to Raynar.
Anyone else coming along?
I'm gonna keep a lookout and hang back at the table.
I'm just still zoned in on the note, so.
Okay.
I'm gonna lean over towards Kai and say, I think she just wants to stay in bodyguard. Jot.
No, that's fine. We can
I'll come.
I'm not gonna say that. I'm being the watch out.
All right, so Kai and Risk are gonna head over towards Raynar.
All right.
And
I think
what
Viz
is your
said he was
coming
going.
too? Yeah.
And Risk, yes, absolutely.
All right, so as the three of you move up, you all see Raynar kind of studying his drink. You usually see him with a smile and such. He's a very outgoing, very charismatic guy, but he looks somewhat troubled. And as you approach, he kind of snaps out of it and sees you, and his eyes alight a bit as he sees you. He says, my friends, please sit down. I was just about to seek you out, actually. I've got some information about what we talked about, but I think it may be a little too late now.
What do you mean?
Oh, God. Okay, I'll read that in a second. You went hard on that, Steve. Jesus. As you ask him that, he kind of frowns as you're sitting down. He says, well, I heard about what happened this morning at Gralhund Villa. I discovered some information about it, but again, it seems like it might be a little too late now. Once again, I heard that you were there this morning, but
What do you mean a
last-
little too late? That doesn't make any sense to us.
well, the information I was able to gather pertained to Gralhund Villa. I was able to discern this man that Fala saw was actually matched the description of a suspected member of the Black Network, one Urstul Floxen. As we already know, he has been taken into custody. Also, in my investigation, I discovered that another Northward resident claimed that they saw Urstul entering into Gralhund Villa shortly after the fireball incident. The residents, seeing him wounded and such, reported him to the City Watch because he looked very suspicious walking in with tattered clothing and a burnt face. Two City Watch constables went to the villa and spoke to Lord Gralhund, but Lord Gralhund assured them that no one had broken into the estate and that everything was fine. Nothing was untoward. The constables had no grounds to get a search warrant, so they didn't pursue the matter. It seems that was an error on their parts, unfortunately.
So someone's seen injured, limping away from... Oh wait, no. So he was seen walking into the house, not leaving the crime scene.
Fala told you that she saw somebody limping away from the crime scene. Someone else from the Northward said they saw somebody matching that description going into Gralhund Villa.
Right.
Kai's going to turn towards Risk and be like, are you aware of any of this? This is news. Like, this doesn't make sense. Like, did this just happen?
Wait, what do you mean? Like, out of character.
Out of character, more like, this isn't what we just experienced. Like, they're talking about pulling other people away, and we had no idea this was going on.
We knew Floxen went there.
Right, but we didn't know Floxen was pulled away. Because, Havoc, you were saying that Floxen was basically... Like arrested? Yes?
Yeah, but when we left, he was in the city guard custody.
Yeah, it is. So what Raynar is saying is that the morning of the bombing, he went to the Gralhund house, and he has since been arrested.
Oh.
Yeah, because
he
got
arrested.
Went to.
He got arrested
Y'all were
that
there.
day.
Y'all were literally at Gralhund Villa this morning and saw him arrested after he tried to run away from you.
Right.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, this is why Raynar is saying it's all behind. If y'all had visited him before going to Gralhund Villa, you would have gotten good information.
Gotcha.
Now that you're coming back to him afterwards, it's kind of outdated, unfortunately.
Like, that's why I was confused, because I was like,
Right.
is this something, like, we didn't know before? Like, and...
It's also weird thinking that, like, this morning was the fight. Was it yesterday morning in game was the fireball?
Yeah.
Yes.
And that was like a month ago.
Like, yeah.
IRL.
Like, yeah, like 3
Like
weeks
the
ago,
timeline
yeah.
gets a little fucky for me. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, got it. So yeah, no, I skip what I said then.
Reynar, we
Said
really
it's-
appreciate you putting in the effort to find out information. We personally contacted several people immediately after the attack, and we tend to we're starting to have a habit of acting very quickly when we get it with anything, and we had a source point us towards the manor. We do appreciate the work you put in. Is this what's bothering you, my friends? You seem a little upset tonight.
With that, you see Raynar kind of looking up, and he says, He thinks for a moment. He says, I wanted to help. I as I told you before, this whole thing that's going on with you and this stone and all of that, I don't want to be a part of it, but I've been a very spoiled man my entire life. I've grown up with money. I've lived with money. I've lived in my father's shadow, and I didn't mind it much. I had nobility. I had everything I needed. When you came to me and I was able to help, it felt good to be able to do something for someone else. And I see that I have a long way to go, it seems, as you already took the initiative, and my research was a bit for naught, which I don't mind, of course. Don't take this as an insult to you. I just feel that I could do much more, I think.
You're muted.
I'm
He's
waiting to be
raising
called
his
on.
hand.
Oh, hi, Viz.
Hi. Have you seen the Stone of Golorr in your life before?
With that, he shakes his head. I can't say that I have.
I put the stone that I have real dramatically on the table. Be like, I think I found it. The Nimblewright had this on it. Is this it?
With that, he looks down at it and kind of wide-eyed moves forward and lifts it up. He's like, can I touch it?
Yeah, sure.
No.
Kind of hesitantly reaches out and plucks the stone from the table. He says, I must be ignorant to what it does. It doesn't seem like anything more than a normal stone to me.
Same. But the Nimblewright had it in one of its pouches.
Well, it must be important then.
You should keep it. I mean, it's your birthright. It's your father's. That stone could be.
He immediately
Golorr.
puts it back on the table. He says, my friends, as I said before, I want nothing to do with this. You keep it, do with it what you will. I want no part of it.
Okay, if you're sure, but I mean, this could be the key to your father's supposedly hidden stash of dragons. But all right. If you insist, and I'll put it back in my pouch.
That he shakes his head. I want nothing to do with it.
I know what it's like to grow up in someone else's shadow. And to be fair, I think that we would have been a little better prepared if we had sought you out before going to the manor. It seems like you had some information that would have benefited us if we had it ahead of time. So you really did do a great job. It was our haste that got us into the situation as quickly as it did.
With that, he kind of nods, says, I do appreciate that, my friend. Once again, I don't want to know too much about what you found out and such, but that being said, he kind of thinks for a moment, and you see a bit of a sly grin crossing his face. He says, but if there is something that I could do to help you, inconvenience my father, do let me know. I wouldn't mind doing that.
I like your style, my friend.
With that, he kind of nods as well. I apologize for not getting the information to you sooner, but if you do, once again, if you do need anything that I am able to provide without embroiling myself too much, don't hesitate to ask. I like to consider us friends, so if you need something, do let me know.
Of course, and we'll try to not include you if we don't have to.
Daddy nods, says, I do appreciate that. Yes, Fizz.
Hey, Prince Neverember, I heard that in Waterdeep is if you wanted to buy anything in the world, you could find it in Waterdeep. And I heard that there's this stuff. It's called glamour armor, and it's the studded leather that lets you change your clothes to anything. Could you buy me some?
I want it. Can you give it to me? Please give it to me.
Because of what you did, Steve, you have a point of inspiration, just regular ass DM inspiration that you can use at any time. If you want to use it now, make a persuasion check. Even if you don't want to use it.
Can I see what my
Either way.
roll is first with non-persuasion?
No. No, you say beforehand. You say, I'm using your inspiration, Havoc. You can roll first. It's fine.
Roll it. Oh shit.
I don't think I'm gonna roll much better than a 19. So I'm gonna like, could you? I mean, after he's like, if there's anything you need that's within my ability, hey, could you buy this for me? It's just a magic armor.
No big deal. Fine.
NBD. is okay.
If I see him making an ability check, I'm gonna cutting words him. Hey, don't think too much about it. Wait.
Don't think about this. Just do. It's fine. Just do.
I just
It's
want to
fine.
real casually drop
Do
it in
it.
there.
Just do it.
And with that, you see Raynar thinking for a moment, and the dice of the gods roll in the background. He says, armor, what does it do exactly?
It's called glamored armor. So
It protects you.
yeah, so
That's
it would
what
make
armor
it
does.
So I'd be less likely to be stabbed. And recently we've been finding ourselves in situations where we've been needing to go into places, and I've been stealing clothes from all those places. Like I have a servant's outfit and I have a Zhentharim outfit that I just stole, and that way I wouldn't need to keep on stealing all these people's clothes if I needed to try and fit in there. It'd be really convenient.
That he thinks says, I think I've heard of this armor before. It's quite expensive. Of course,
Oh, yeah.
money's typically not an object or a deterrent for me, but that's quite a lot.
I spent all my gold making a scroll for Kai over there. I'm super broke.
I still have it. Do you want it back?
Great. No, you keep it in case I die.
Are you sure?
Yeah, please.
I've learned how
I feel like
to
it's helping my
revive you.
argument here. Just when I empty out my pockets and like minor illusion, some like rent.
Does Kai catch on to this? Like, does he notice that?
I'm not so much pleading as much as just hoping to just casually slide in there. Be like, if there's anything I could do, well, actually, if you could just buy this for me, that'd be
I
great.
feel like Kai notices.
Yeah,
what's
Kai
going on.
notices. He's like, yeah, no, you're right. Yes, you've done so much for us, and we appreciate it.
I'm just so fragile. Look at me. I'm gonna just make myself look a little extra scrawnier than usual.
Extra
Just
strong.
literally skin and
Extra
bones.
scrawny.
Just extra scrawny, shrink up my muscles a little bit, just looking extra gaunt. One hit and it just hurts. And the nice thing about this glamored armor is it's just also extra protection. It has, if you see Risk, he bought the studded leather armor over there. You see how it's got those nice metal things? It's making it so he gets hurt less. So I could probably benefit from that too.
Kai's gonna point to Risk and be like, "Don't say anything. Just let him do whatever he's gonna do."
All the puppy dog eyes coming from Biz right now.
I actually don't
No,
know.
it's
I haven't
not
been hit
begging.
yet.
I'm just trying to make it like this is just a total normal request. Like, hey, could you give me a beer? Could you buy me some really expensive magical?
Just get this thing for me, please. I
Like,
want
please,
this
yeah.
thing.
Just super casual, and that way I don't seem so heartbroken when he tells me no.
No. Raynar thinks about it, and he's like, I was thinking after, the recent events, you were there when Floon was captured and such, that maybe I should look into buying some of this adventuring equipment that people like you use. Maybe I would look into some armor for myself.
What do you
I'll
mean,
make no
people
promise.
like us?
You're a badass with the sword, so I mean,
You know what I
can see
mean,
why you
adventurer.
I can see why you think you'd need more adventure gear. I saw the way you handled the sword when we were down in the sewers.
Havoc,
With
what's
that,
the
he
name
kind
of
of waves
the?
us in.
What's the name of the blacksmith shop that Ember and not Ember
Embrick.
Embrick.
Steam and Steel, if I remember correctly.
I believe that's right. Yeah.
Yep.
But this
yeah.
is going real quick. So if you're looking for any kind of gear, Steam and Steel up next to Troll Skull.
Fuck,
that's
Risk! I'm trying to get him to buy me magical armor, and you're gonna
Kai's-
send him over to our neighbors?
Kai's going to like kind of pat Viz on the shoulder. No. It's fine. Let him.
Just
let him-
plugging them real
it's
quick.
fine.
If you're in the
It's
area,
okay.
they make some really good quality stuff.
This will help us.
So here's what I'm gonna do. So Viz is gonna be like, just if you happen to get the opportunity, if you see some, I would super appreciate it. It'd be super helpful. If not, it's cool. It's just if you get a chance, really appreciate it. I'm glad we're working together. We're making things better. If it just happens, if you happen to see some and you wouldn't mind, I would be forever grateful. Thank you so much. And then I'm gonna go over and help Jot cipher the code.
Roll one more persuasion check. You lost the first one. I'll give you one more.
Roll it. Oh
Okay.
shit!
How do you have a +8 persuasion?
Fucking
Because-
bards, man.
Because
Fucking
bards,
bards.
man. I got expertise in 2
Fucking
things. I have
bards.
perception and persuasion.
Expert. Okay, it's better than proficiency.
So with that, Raynar looks and says, "Well, I did say I'll be in the market. I may find something that could be to your taste. I make no promises.
Hey,
Once
I
again,
appreciate you
my-
putting in the effort. It's no
my-
big deal if you don't find anything. I just appreciate you trying, man. You're just such a great friend. Thanks so much.
I'll look around. My pockets aren't bottomless. I do have a bank to keep track of and such, but I'll look into it. I'll see what I can find."
You've got the bike.
Out of
It's
character.
more so like wallet
Does-
is what it's
does-
going to say, but that doesn't
does-
make sense.
Does Prince Never Ember have a first name? Raynar, right?
Raynar.
Raynar.
Okay.
Yeah, Raynar.
Raynar, thanks so much, man. And then I'm gonna sit down with Jot and just basically like hyperventilate, be like, oh my god, oh my god, oh, I just tried to get. Jot, did you hear any of that?
No,
You guys have been telling me to be tougher and like just harder in the world. So he mentioned he would do anything for us. So I just asked him to buy me some really expensive magical armor, and he said he would totally try. Oh my god!
Oh wow.
Oh, if I can get, I might get better armor.
That's
That'd be so cool.
great.
Yeah.
That's
I
great.
got stabbed earlier by the nimble right in the box when it was on fire. It hurt so bad. So that'd be awesome. And then I would have to stop stealing people's clothes. That'd be awesome.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can help you with this code.
Okay. Yeah, so I think it's a cipher. I think I figured out it's a cipher. It's not a language. It's just like coded. So
I've heard of ciphers like that. Maybe okay. So one time I was reading about this one type of cipher where you took all the letters like in our alphabet, but you just kind of shifted everything to the side. And what we can do is like maybe we can write out all the letters in common.
If you want to try to solve this cipher, you can give me an investigation check.
I'm inspiring her with my familiar knowledge of things.
okay. So
I
investigation.
don't know how many letters are in common, so I mean a cipher in common could be way worse than the English alphabet.
Okay. So investigation, you said.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm helping you, and I'm inspiring you.
Okay. Oh, so
Does she get help, or does she
Do I
get
get advantage?
inspiration, or does she
You
get
can get
both?
advantage. You can get
Okay.
advantage and bardic inspiration.
Okay. Well, that didn't help me very much at all. Fortunately. What is your
D6
D6?
Six.
until I think I'm 5th level. Then it goes up to a D8.
6.
So
I think it's
16.
Yeah, it's a 6 right now. Till 5. Or 6. One of the
So a 16 total.
two. Jod, as you're ciphering through it, as you're looking through this, it definitely seems like it's something written in common, but the letters just don't make any sense. It seems like they're in the wrong spot, or there definitely seems to be something missing from this, something kind of code or cipher, as you keep saying, or as Viz keeps saying, that it just doesn't make sense without that piece of knowledge. But you're just not quite able to grasp it.
I'm just gonna keep trying to help her. Just my efforts will be to be assisting Jot in like just trial and error of like, okay, it's not this. Is it this? Is it not this? And just basically working our way through trying to figure it out.
Okay, so I'll say for mechanics-wise, you can try like once every hour of research and trying different things and everything. So once per hour, you can do the whole slew of bardic inspiration plus advantage and all that fun stuff to try again. So
Okay. So that's for the hour. We'll keep fussing with it. All the A's with Z's.
Just like trial of elimination. Just like blah, 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 blah.
All right.
That's what
Does
we're
anybody
doing.
have anything y'all want to do? Anybody want to go visit?
Risk is going before I leave Raynar. Risk is going to leave Raynar to go to Jalister's table, but he's going to ask Raynar if he's seen Davil or Yagra around recently.
Okay. As you're asking him that, he looks and thinks for a moment. He says, I haven't seen them since this morning, actually. They were here, but they left, and I haven't seen them come back.
Could we call this a short rest as I'm just chilling at the table?
Sure.
Can I be
You the
like
best.
just quietly singing like some restful song, some words to her?
I think you're a little preoccupied with the, unless you're like singing while you try to solve the cipher.
Yeah, of course.
All right. So what would you be singing while doing this?
Sometimes you just gotta rest and you feel better when you prop your feet up. Viz is not a great singer, and he's just gonna be just kind of like, all right, and we replace the A's with the B's, and that's not it. We replace the A's with the C's, and that's not it. And just casually just making up songs. I see.
I'm imagining Viz singing A, B, C as easy as 1, 2, 3.
All right. Yeah, you can get a song of rest in there too.
You get an extra 2 HP.
It probably hurt me more to listen to than it did help.
Probably. Viz is a terrible singer. Viz now likes to sing though.
Risk, as you move over to Jalister's table, you see him sitting around with two guards kind of drinking and talking. Boisterous laughter coming from their table as you approach. As you kind of move up to the seat and kind of looking over to Jalister, he kind of looks up. Once again, this kind of foggy expression across of too much ale in his system. He looks up, he says, Risk, it's good to see you. How did things go with the dead people?
I'm gonna whisper to Risk. They're still dead. Remind him that they're still dead.
They're still dead. It's yeah. It was it went well, my friend.
Good, excellent, really. I had to pull a few strings for you to go in there at that time of night. I'm glad everything went well.
How drunk do the other two guards look?
They're laughing at nothing. It's weird. Like
Okay,
they all seem
Cool.
hammered.
Gotcha. Jalister's the best contact ever because he's not going to remember we had the conversation in the morning.
I remember everything. That's a lie.
Yeah.
Can I insight check that? Because I want to make
That's
sure.
a lie.
Listen.
Do I see anything interesting on his mug?
No. It's a
I would-
it's a tankard. It's not what you're thinking.
Yeah, okay. How
Not what you're
fucking great would that be? He just fakes being drunk all the time. He has that mug that lets it see he can never get drunk.
I said, "Oh well. What are you doing here? Drinking? Well, I can order you an ale."
I've already got one waited for me. I just wanted to come say hello and see how you're doing, my friend.
Well, hello. I'm doing. He checks his drink. Yep, still half full. I'm doing well.
I'm very.
How are you?
I'm doing excellent. It's been a hell of a week. So
Again?
Awkward silence. Everybody
You
looks
just
at
hear
each
like
other.
crying and sobbing coming from across the bar.
It
as you
was
see
in
Viz.
vain because his bottom lip was quivering. He's like,
No,
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to be helpful.
no, please.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Yes, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to make you cry. It was
I was
just...
trying to be upset.
Havoc, are we expected to be spending the entire hour working on this, or
Yeah, basically you spend an hour trying to work out something, and that intelligence check reflects that hour of research.
Okay. Okay.
But if you do solve it IRL, DM the answer to me, and you will get a DM inspiration for doing so. Still going to roll for it in game.
Wait, what?
That is a cipher that I gave y'all. It is solvable with resources that you can have on hand right now. If you solve it, you get DM inspiration before it's solved in game. After,
Okay,
no.
though.
If you want to.
Okay.
That being said, that we are still playing a game though that does not
Yeah.
involve deciphering ciphers. So, once again, Jalister seems pretty drunk, chilling out. Happy to see you. I mean, that's good, right?
Yep. Risk is going to just tell him it was nice to see him and head back to his table. And just because the dice gods are fun, we say at this point, because Risk has been taking lessons in reading common, he can't read yet, but he knows the letters. Can Risk look at it and be like, I try and see, like, I don't know what the words say, but I think this letter means this.
You could ask Kai, because Kai's kind of leaning on you with Draconic.
Yeah, Risk is just trying to make a because he may have had some experience with ciphers, if not in common.
Risk was the only one to go over see Jalister, right?
Risk and Kai.
Risk, Kai, and did
Viz is helping.
okay.
Yeah, because Viz
yeah.
and I are just
Talia's
working on
Okay,
it.
yeah. So it was Risk.
All
and
right,
Kai.
so Kai kind of walking off. He didn't really notice Kai in his drunken stupor. Risk, as you're kind of bidding farewell to Jalister, you walk past him. You suddenly feel a hard grip on your forearm, and you look down and you see Jalister's reached out a gauntleted hand and is holding on to you. And not painfully, but he's holding you in place, and you kind of look down a bit confused. He leans over. Keep your schedule clear tomorrow, I think. I have a job for you. And then he lets go of you and goes back to drinking.
Bad enough.
Fucker. Just saying, like.
So what if we
fuck
convert
this guy.
each letter to a number based on its incremental value of the alphabet, and then we subtract pi by that and round it to the nearest number, and then we reevaluate that and recalculate?
How did that turn out for you?
Then you just end up with decimal points a lot.
Well, we round
and-
down to the nearest. We round down every time, and then that doesn't work.
Every
We try
time?
rounding up.
All the time.
Yeah, for
Like,
consistency.
every time.
I feel
Okay,
like that
yeah.
just is. I feel like that's overcomplicating.
I don't know. This is really hard. I want to learn how to write a cipher. That'd be really cool.
Well, if we solve this one, then we can just use this one.
Yeah, but if we solve it, then other people could solve it. That would just be bad. I don't know.
Can I give it a go? Look into the cipher. Real quick.
Sure. You can spend an hour looking it over.
Oh, no, never mind.
Yeah, we're having to
If
spend
you
an
want to
hour
try to
doing
solve this thing, you are spending an hour trying to
yeah.
solve
He's
it.
gonna get a headache staring at letter common for an hour.
Risk going to look at it.
Yeah, you would make all your stuff at disadvantage regardless.
Right.
It's drinking
Fuck.
havoc.
I am drinking Austin Eastsider's pineapple cider.
Ooh.
Quite delicious.
That sounds refreshing.
It is.
Please sponsor us.
Please, sponsor
Please.
us.
Please just.
Austin Eastsiders. Next month I will be inside you, Austin. I need you to sponsor us.
Oh my.
Who's Austin?
Nah,
Wow.
wouldn't you like to know?
Can I spend some time trying to figure this out?
Yeah, you can spend an hour. Anybody that spends, you can make multiple checks at once. Anybody that spends an hour doing this can make a check. If you want to help somebody do it,
Okay.
you can spend an hour helping, give them advantage. But 2,
What-
3, 4, 5 people
what's
can
the
do
check?
this.
Risk is going to spend an.
Just
An intelligence check.
Can we give Jot double or triple advantage?
Because I
What if I
would,
play footsie
I
with
would
her
aid
and
somebody.
inspire her?
If 3 of you work on it and 2 forego rolls to let one person do it, I will give the person rolling a +5 modifier.
Ooh.
I'll give up my roll.
I'll
I'm
give up my
assisting with
roll.
that. Yeah.
I'll give up my
So
roll.
that's 3. That's
I'm-
4.
Risk is giving you a -5.
Oh, come on!
Please.
You can't read it.
Come on.
Yeah.
I think this squiggly is actually this squiggly over here.
Okay.
So
So
y'all want to spend another hour?
Uh huh.
Okay.
That's going to be 2 hours at this bar.
Uh huh. That's
Yes,
fine.
2 hours.
And we've got dead Nimblewright in a box. Maybe it made
Fine.
its death saving
Look.
throws.
I have a glass of wine. I don't give a shit what we do, okay?
All right.
No?
So
All right.
am I rolling again? Some intelligence checks, or investigation rather.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So with 4 of you working on it, I'll give you a +7. If you're the only one rolling, go ahead and roll with advantage. Do an investigation check.
Okay.
Together, we're
My-
geniuses. We can figure this
Oh,
out.
come on.
Well, +7. That's a 20.
Yeah. Yes. It's fine.
So slight.
That was an
progress.
accidental roll. The dice fell off the table. It doesn't count.
That one's cocked. Can we roll
That
it?
one's cocked. That one's cocked.
Dice cocked. It's fine. We're
I've
re-rolling.
rolled
Hold
really
on.
shitty investigation.
Roll
so
a
far.
roll a
Under average.
d20 risk.
Shit. All right.
Was the dice cocked? Let's see if risk decides. He wants
Yeah.
high.
He's not rolling great today.
Yeah, fantastic.
Not at all.
Nope.
Dice
Not
wasn't
roll.
cocked, unfortunately.
Well, actually,
You
that is
feel-
one higher than what. Actually, no, it's equal to what I rolled. It's equal.
You feel like you're starting to get a grasp of it. It seems like there's a pattern through certain things, but even with all of that, it still feels just so slightly out of your reach, your grasp. So very slight with a 20.
Very slight.
Kai's
Just
gonna
so slight.
Jot-
place his hand on Jot's shoulder and say, "No, I have faith in you," and cast guidance.
Guidance lasts 10 minutes, and it's going to take another hour to make another check.
Do that in 15 minutes. How about we go to the House of Wonders and we ask them? They're super
it's
smart.
1
Maybe
minute.
they'll know the cipher. And we could drop off the Nimblewright. And, you know,
I
I
don't-
don't wanna- I feel like I don't want to like drop this off until we know what this says. I don't know.
Well, Giles says
I
he might
just-
have some work for us for tomorrow. It's
I just
getting
don't
late
wanna-
tonight.
I don't want to make Talia keep having to carry around the box. That's rude. And she shouldn't have to just hulk around a box of a murderous robot. That's not fair to her.
Besides,
say we
she's
drop
gonna
off-
get angry eventually, and we don't want her to be angry.
As long as you feed me, I'm okay.
Yeah,
Is
he seems
this
fine.
Talia or Cassie? I'm not.
Both.
I'm going to feed Talia and tell her she's pretty. Have some grapes.
Here,
You look
Talia.
so good today.
You're so pretty. It's fine. Here.
In real life, if he tried to feed me, I'm pretty sure he'd get punched.
Jesus Christ.
So, what's the
Oh
group
my
doing?
God.
Y'all are drinking, having some waters and stuff, and some wine, and
My vote is we go drop off the number right, get the money, do not give them or tell them about the cipher, and head home.
Or the stone. We keep the stone hush.
I mean,
What
yeah,
stone?
yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Can I
Thank you.
actually
Thank you.
take 10 minutes and cast detect magic on the stone?
uh-huh.
Okay. Is it magical?
It's my
Nope.
stone. Don't look at it.
Yeah.
Just don't tell them. Don't tell Viz that.
I'll look at the stone really carefully.
It's totally magical.
cast,
It's fine.
Cast detect magic.
Here you go.
I'm
Not
gonna
a
pull out my
damn
thing.
petrified
Wait,
mouse
the-
and put it next to the stone.
There's nothing about the stone that's special.
No,
It's
it's-
special
has some,
to
like,
you.
It has some like almost very the word I'm looking for, misty looking crystal kind of in the center of it here and there. Thick quartz, but
Okay.
zero magic. Looks real pretty though. For a
Wait,
rock.
do we know the stone we're looking for is magic?
I don't know anything about the stone.
It
Yeah.
totally
Just checking if
looks
this is
pretty.
magical.
Like
I don't
It's
know.
pretty.
It's not magical,
fine.
but
no,
You
but
don't
it's
know
pretty.
for sure that this isn't not the Stone of Golorr, right?
true. True.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hold on to it. I'll put
I
back my
absolutely think you should keep it. It's not magical. I feel like probably a stone that's named would be magical, but
Unless it's a made up story.
also possible. This could all just be bullshit.
You're probably right. So, John, I think we should just like give our brains a break. We've been working on this for 2 hours now. Let's go for a walk. Let's go visit the House of Wonders. They were nice, and we can drop off this, and then maybe when we're in our own home with our puppies, maybe our heads will be more clear.
Yeah. Just stresses me out to go back over there, but it's fine. Yeah, we can go there.
I just feel like people are looking at us weird because we're like at the bar doing homework. Everyone else is just drinking and having a good time, and we're scribbling, and I don't know.
Yeah, it's fine. I guess as long as we have the paper and they don't know about it, we can figure it out eventually and go from there.
Retconning something.
Uh-huh.
The stone does radiate magic.
Oh,
Sorry.
what kind of magic?
Yeah. Evocation.
Okay.
Well, that changes things.
That changes things a lot. Okay. Fuck, I can't cast Identify yet. Shit. Don't have the component for it. God damn it.
What's the component?
A pearl worth 100 gold.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dang, I was like, I feel like Talia might have like a sack of pearls.
No, it's
Like,
expensive.
Kai has a component pouch, but no.
Yeah, I do too, but it's because it's got worth to it. I don't have 100 gold, so anyways.
When you visit my home, we can find you one of those.
Oh, perfect. Good. So picking it up and having cast Detect Magic and Evocation, Okay. So
What?
I mean,
Jot?
it is magical.
I told you, guys, this is it.
Maybe? I don't
Yes,
know.
we did it.
Well, so it's evocation. That's like explodey sort of things.
Usually, yes.
Usually.
Told you it was magical.
I have a spell that I could figure out what this does, but the things that do that. I need money. We should go. You know what we should do is go take.
How much money do you need?
Right, and get some money, because that would fix the problem right there.
How much money do you need?
100 gold to buy a pearl.
How much is 1 platinum worth? 10 gold?
10 gold.
Yep.
I give her 1 of my platinum.
Oh,
That-
I mean,
Here, does this help?
yes.
We've got that Nimblewright in the box is worth 500 gold. We can give
Yeah.
we can split it to 5 ways, 100 gold apiece.
Okay, let's go collect our bounty.
Yeah, let's go take the nimble right back, I suppose.
I stand up at the box.
Talia, you're so strong. It's impressive.
I know.
All right, so heading out back to the.
House of
It
Wonders.
is dark, by the way, but
Yep.
Okay.
That's fine. We can
All
make
right.
it.
Let's go find Valletta,
Yeah, Valletta.
the bronze dragonborn in the House of Wonders.
And also, I told everyone about the job that Joster's gonna have a job for us tomorrow.
Okay.
okay.
What kind of job?
No idea, but he likes to come early, so we should
But
probably.
like how early?
How early did he come last time?
I don't know. You were there.
Phrasing.
Wow. Just wow.
I know what that said.
How early is he going to come?
I stand by what I said. It's fine.
He's
Is
You
gonna
might
give
miss
us,
him.
Is he going to give us warning before he comes?
He does it usually. Well, he
No.
did this time. So we'll be able to
He
get
thought
out.
I was gonna get him banned. Are you serious?
He's good.
honestly, if I didn't get banned after the Knolls,
It's fine.
it's
Yeah,
fine.
no, it's
like,
fine.
He gave us warning that he's gonna come this time, so we should be able to get up in time.
Okay. All right, so you move out.
What happens if
back
we
into
don't
the
get up
city
in
of Waterdeep.
time?
I don't know, but we should find some nut cheese.
I mean, last time he showed up to our door banging on it, like, wake the fuck up, guys. So I'm sure he'll just wait around for us.
He'll just start banging on
Our house.
Our house.
He's gonna bang our house
Door
until,
to our house.
until he comes.
Mm-hmm.
over.
We're talking about
y'all-
ejaculation stream.
Are you done?
I'm sorry, stream. I'm sorry.
Are you done? Got it out of your system yet, guys?
Nope, never.
Nope.
Nope.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
At least for the next 10 minutes.
So sorry.
And just get your release done with so we can move on. All right.
Look, that doesn't help.
I'm gonna
that
need
doesn't
another
help.
short break if we're doing that.
Real short.
I need a
Short
break.
Real
We don't
short.
do 30.
Can we
we
get a
don't do
break?
30-second breaks.
Like,
We don't do 30-second breaks.
Can we get a
We got
break?
30 second
Alright.
TV timeout. Run an ad, Forge. Run an ad.
Run an ad. All
Can we
right,
get a
so
break?
head out.
No, we're gonna get a break. No.
Why?
5-minute break.
Potty
Why?
break for him. He's had a lot of scotch and wine.
So I can masturbate.
No,
That's the-
I have a full glass of scotch. Thank you.
That's like a quarter of a glass.
Yes, it's a quarter of a glass.
Y'all are ridiculous.
I know.
Almost out of beer and I'm sad about it. All right.
Should we take a 5-minute break?
Go
I guess
get
before
drinks.
midnight, I can get more.
It's fine.
I can go get more across the street. No, like actually, my house is out of beer.
Oh, your house?
Oh.
Your entire house.
Oh, I just thought you meant like you at your desk.
That's
no, I have like
more
half
unfortunate.
of this beer. I get some cheap shit from across the street. It'd take me like 5 minutes, but meh.
While we're still on the subject, Havoc saying I would like to rage on the box. Sorry.
You know what I'm about.
He's not wrong.
All right, you fucks. Let's rein this shit back in.
Whoa.
This is why we get nothing done. This is why we get
That is
nothing.
the game
This is why we-
right there.
This is why we do more in our RP channel than we do in game. It's fine.
Did you just fucking call me a fuck? Wow.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Wow, Havoc.
Wow.
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 Would you prefer a
Solving
chuckle
the
fuck?
cipher we did super fast. and
Chuckle
we can spend
fuck?
the next 2 months
You're a
RP.
chuckle fuck now.
Sorry I lit your robot on fire and solved your cipher. My
Listen,
bad.
I'm just salty about the cipher. I worked really hard. I spent like 5 minutes on that. All right. I looked up like the most popular cipher on the internet and was like, "Yeah, this is great."
Oh, that was your mistake right there. Was looking
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll make it much harder next time.
Oh, good.
That's what she said.
Okay.
If not,
Can I
some lady here's
remove
gonna be
you from
disappointed.
CK, come on.
Remove from group.
Don't.
I don't want to kick you from group, but man.
He literally said I was going to make it much harder last time.
I
That's
know
the
what he
line,
said.
right?
I know what he
That's the
said.
line.
No.
We had a
She
10-minute
herself.
conversation about nut cheese, and me calling out Havoc on I'm going to make it much harder. That's the line.
Havoc, I would like Viz to be 60 feet back away from everybody else just for when the rocks fall.
Oh, don't worry, they're not just rocks; they're heat-seeking meteors at this point.
Ah, shit.
That's what
I
I
have
did
a
in my
cool
strong
character in
game.
mind, so let's do
Yeah.
it.
Just
Do it,
re-roll
it's
this
fine.
real quick. All right. We're good. By good, flesh it out. Roll your shoulders. All right.
Deep breaths.
All right.
Everybody fine? Good. All right.
Good. All right. Listen to some nice Elder Scrolls music as I turn off the Yawning Portal stuff. All right. Getting back in the game. You make your way through the night. Fog still heavy around the city of Waterdeep. You're able to see pinpricks of light through the fog above you, and you're able to tell it's probably the drift globes that float above the city at night, but they're almost impossible to see at this point due to the heavy fog. But despite it being late, at this point being closer to 9 or 10 bells at night, not quite to the top of the night, to midnight, but getting closer by the hour. You haven't quite been able to figure out this paper that you found on this Nimblewright, but you feel that it has some importance, and you want to work on it some more, but you know that this Nimblewright is worth some money. It has some value in the fact that Valletta at the House of Inspired Hands wanted it destroyed, as it was her Nimblewright's Nim's creation, and was something that did not need to exist. It would only cause trouble and harm, as you had already seen, because it did drop a fireball on innocent people. So, now that it has paid for its crimes, whether it knew what it was doing or not, it is now dead, or ceased, no longer functions, whatever you want to call it. So you make your way to the House of Inspired Hands. This place that you know is known for the machinations it makes. The House of Wonders, as it's called. The sponsor of the Day of Wonders that happens on summer, if I remember correctly, or the fall. As you make your way up to this building, once again, you see that it looks kind of like a mixture between a place of worship and a workshop for creating things. As you move forward, you see that everything is dark. It doesn't really have doors per se, it just has large columns that lead into the kind of open workshop area. But you see all the tools and such have been put away, and as you're moving forward, you see a couple of guards standing, watchful eye in front of the House of Inspired Hands. And as you approach, they look down, and one kind of ventures out to you all and says, "Yes, do you have some business here?"
I need to speak with... Fuck. What was her name?
Valletta.
Valletta, sorry.
I don't know her name. As you ask
I need to
that,
speak
he
with
kind of
Valletta.
looks... As well, Mistress Valletta is sleeping at the moment.
She'll
is
want
it
to
important?
speak with us.
Very... That he kind of shrugs his shoulders and says, "Very well, she does not enjoy being awake." And that he turns
Doesn't
around
enjoy
and
very much,
goes to
so-
son.
Fucker.
Salt.
Oh, I mean, Jot's like, the closer we got here, Jot's just like...
Alright, so a few minutes go by as you're waiting. This guard kind of just awkwardly watching you and then scanning the street and then looking back at you as you all stand there. But a few minutes pass by and you see this guard returning. And you see Valletta, this dragonborn, bronze dragonborn. She has a robe kind of tied around her, not her normal garb and such. It definitely seems like a night robe. As she's moving forward, she looks around and says, "What? Who are you? Why have you woken me this late?" Oh. That she kind of sighs as she catches a sight of all of you. "Yes, the adventurers and Jimlin. It is nice to see you again."
I don't like that you separated her
Wait,
from us.
the adventurers
She's definitely one of
and
us.
Jimlin? She's part
Yeah.
of us.
Besides, you ordered one dead Nimblewright, right? As we got one for you if you want it.
I did request that it be destroyed, yes. Do you have your proof of it?
Talia, if you wouldn't mind.
Just dump that bitch.
Just yoink it. It's fine. Pull it out of the bag.
Just yoink
Just
it.
like,
Yeet it! No,
here you go.
yeet it!
Yeet it. Just yeet it. Here, bitch.
Just starts breaking that Steven's telling me what you guys are saying. I'm gonna
Oh.
shake the box at her.
Clang, clang, metal. She's like, "I can hear. Could you show me, please?"
Rest is gonna reach in and pull out the head.
That she nods, says, "That seems like a Nimblewright. I hope the right one, but I would assume so. You seem persistent to obtain it, I guess."
Wait, real quick. Are there multiple? I thought it was just Nim.
But that she shrugs, says, "If one can be created, then more could be. I
And
don't
you're
see why there wouldn't be
responsible?
more."
You did.
But
she shakes her head.
Nim's the only one the House of Wonders has made, though, right?
The House of Wonders did not even create
Oh,
Nim. That was
yeah.
Oh,
brought
he was
by
a gift from
Atlantinese
Thayan
wizard.
Wizards. Oh, wait. Not Thayan. What
Atlantinese.
kind of...
Yeah,
Lantinese?
and if I
Thayan.
remember correctly.
Really?
Not
Thayan?
Not Thayan.
Really?
Different wizard.
It's not dead enough to
Totally
be
different game. It's fine.
Okay, alright, sorry.
I apparently didn't write
Yeah,
that.
Lantinese wizard. Yeah,
Lantinese
Lantinese wizard was a gift. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, she explains that, no, it was a gift from a Lantinese wizard. We do not have the skilled artisans to make a Nimblewright, unfortunately. So
This is more of a Steve question than an in-game question. I thought that the thing we had was specific to Nim. Nim's guy, the Nimblewright in the box. Would Jot's thing work on any Nimblewright?
He said it would, hypothetically, I think. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Alright.
But as far as we know, this is the only other Nimble.
So, yeah, there's more than one, maybe.
It would also trigger, like, if I set it off right now, it would freak out because Nim's here.
Is
right?
he?
Because it would sense...
You should check because maybe they killed them.
Yeah, it goes off.
In the middle of talking to Valletta, you just fucking pull out the umbrella in front of her.
And Mary Poppins away.
Yeah, she starts making a loud noise. She just starts grabbing the bridge of her nose. Says that yes, Nim is still alive. We have not gotten rid of him. As Jimlin knows, we encourage those who make failures to work on them afterwards, as Nim is doing.
Well, I believe we had an arrangement.
Ah, yes. The coin you were promised, yes. Give me one moment, and you see Valletta turning around. She disappears back into a back hallway. A couple moments later, she shows back up holding a large coin purse. She says, I believe I said 500 gold pieces, and she holds out the coin. I have platinum. You'll have to make do with that. I don't have the gold on hand right now. It is... She kind of motions around her, says it is late at the moment, as you see. This could have waited till the morning, but here.
I believe you also said there might be a bonus for expediency, and this has only been a day.
Yeah, I think you offered us.
He's not wrong.
Oh yeah, she did.
Yeah, she offered us a bonus.
Absolutely.
And Risk wouldn't normally say
A
anything.
bonus item or something, right? Yeah, Risk wasn't even here.
Well, we told you what
yeah.
she said.
We
We
told
told you guys
you.
what she did. Yeah.
Yeah, Risk wouldn't normally care about, like, we did a job, we got paid, but he sees that Risk Jot does not like this bitch. He's like, I must fucking milk it.
Could you tell us
But
more about
that's-
why Jot would know specifically about why we like people who fail to try and learn from their mistakes?
With that, she thinks is Jimlin was a student here.
She a good student?
She showed promise, yes.
Insight check. Is she lying to me?
Wow!
Is she proud of Jot?
Is she really? Is she
Yeah,
happy
make an
for
insight
her?
check. Yeah, she's telling the truth. She believes it when she said that Jot showed
She's
promise.
legitimately proud of Jot.
I wouldn't go that far.
I'm gonna put my hand on Jot and be like, look at that. Even your previous teachers are so proud of you. Look, you're not even here anymore, and they're still talking about how smart you are.
Yes, she would have done quite well here if she had not abandoned her studies for other... She kind of motions towards the box, holding the nimble right. Other ventures, I see. It's quite unfortunate. But yes, I did agree to further payments. Oh, she turns around and you see her kind of scanning the workshop behind her. Says, let's see. There are... She looks over and says, yes, we didn't put those away. There are 4 items there. You can take those. Those would suffice, I think, for extra payments. Creations here in the House of Wonders, all been checked. They all work as intended. They have made it through our process and such of quality control. Take them.
What are they?
She points over. You see there's 4 different items. The first item you see are these long-looking sticks, but you see on the sides and kind of on the insides of the sticks, there seem to be like places to put your feet. You see little straps that mimic
Stilts?
where feet could go into. And as you ask about it, she points over and says, yes, there's stilts, but they are adjustable. They can allow someone to grow up to 2 to 5 feet or so,
Go gadget stilts.
essentially. Yeah.
Hell yeah! Amazing.
One. Good. What's the
As
next
you
one?
look at the next one, she points to it, and you see it looks kind of like a small, not really a box, but almost like a backpack, kind of flat, but cloth-like on the backside of it. She kind of describes it, and she says, on the side of it there is a small string with a loop at the end of it. You stick your thumb into it and pull onto it, and if you are falling at the time, it will expand outwards and will stop and slow your fall. We've been calling it a parachute.
Is that reusable?
Yes, it takes about 10 minutes or so to repack it, but yes, it is reusable. As she goes to this next one, you see this small metal cube. It's about 6 inches on a side and has a crank on the top of it. Valletta kind of nods, says, this one's easier to show than tell, I suppose. She walks over and winds the crank. And when she gets done, you see the box unfolding on itself. And as it does so, you see this small head popping out of the box made of metal that appears to be the head of a canine, of a dog. And as she shows it, see it sitting down and it just holds steady. And as she moves over and she starts slamming her fist on the table, and as the vibrations of the table go through the box spins, yep, 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 yep. And then as soon as she stops, it goes away. It says it's a barking box. It detects motion and such. Lasts for 8 hours. Good for security, I suppose. And then she goes to the last one. With the last one she goes over, you see a pipe. A simple smoking pipe that she holds up.
Yep.
And she says, this pipe works as any other normal one does, but as you'll see here, she reaches over and you see there's a small little box that has some pipeweed in it. Puts it in the top of it, then holds it out, and as she does so, you see her just rotating this middle part of it, and you see fire sparks at the end of it, and it lights the pipe. It's a matchless pipe. She takes a quick drag off of it, kind of sighs, and then taps it out. Says, here, take these items. Once again, can't find these anywhere else, only at the House of Inspired Hands. I think that is adequate payment for taking care of our little issue. Huh?
Hold on, her push to mute's not working.
Oh. Don't hear.
Oh, she's relaunching Discord.
Works like it.
GG,
I already have
Discord.
one of those, CK. I have a dick. Well, I guess, is it a dick bong that Ember has? Or a dick pipe?
It's a dick bong.
I think it was a bong, yeah.
It's a pipe.
It's a dick pipe.
Oh no.
It's a pipe, okay. There we
Sorry.
learn.
That's what I was referencing, though.
So that was a adjustable stilts, a parachute, a motion detector, and a matchless pipe.
Yeah, I have Go-Go Gadget stilts, a box of parachute, a dog jack in the box, and a pipe.
Cool.
Do you have a pearl worth 100 gold?
That worked for all you guys, right? You could hear her.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It
With
reminds
that,
me of home, and it would bring me such joy.
Valletta thinks for a moment and then shakes her head. No, I do not. Not to be rude, but it is very late. I was sleeping, as most people are doing at this hour.
Your number, right?
You know, the
see
thing
what?
that could bring great shame to your house that you specifically told us to make sure never got back to your household. Sorry to interrupt your sleep.
We had two options.
Is this off Viznov now?
The guardhouse is always open.
Nah, she's just being a bitch to my friends.
The-
I see why Jot doesn't like her. God.
the
As you're saying that,
guardhouse
she
is
shrugs.
So we could have
Once
dropped
again,
off
I told you to react to it as you saw fit. I did offer a reward to have it taken care of. I have paid said reward for your services. I do appreciate what you have done, but you have been paid. I would like to go back to bed if at all possible. So,
Me
I
too.
was pissing her coffee in the morning to make her this miserable.
Can we talk to Nim?
no.
What are you going
Well-
to do with him?
Will you let him know that we have helped clear up the mistake that he made? He seemed really guilty about it. He felt bad. And I think it would be good if he knew that the thing that he made without permission has been... the problem has been rectified.
Nim will be made aware that his folly has been taken care of thanks to the grace of others.
I think that'll
There
be
will
good for
be-
his conscience, and that will allow him to create things better for the House of Wonders. If he can feel less guilty, then he'll be able to create more, and he'll be able to put that smart mind of his to more use for the house.
Is that a way to
Perhaps.
speak to this one that's been destroyed?
With that, she kind of looks at the open box and shrugs, says, "Not by any magic of mine, no. You've quite destroyed it, actually."
It smolders slightly.
Do you mind if we keep
Spark
the head?
flies. Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Oh shit!
That
Double
Christmas
drink?
tree, though.
Wow.
Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree.
That is
Wow.
unfortunate.
So split. CK, that's impressive.
Can I
That is
take the
impressive.
average?
Nope. So as you ask that, she shakes her head. I would prefer that's what I paid for you to remain here so that it can be studied and destroyed if need be. So, no.
All right, let's go home. I'm gonna go to bed.
Yes. Just sort of nod and just turn and walk around. Away.
So with that, Valletta nods to you all in turn, still looking somewhat sleepily and such around her, but says, it's a pleasure doing business with you. Please do visit any time during the day, preferably. Have a good evening. With that, you head back out, Valletta disappearing back into the House of Inspired Hands, and you head home. You make your way across the Sea Ward into the North Ward, heading back to Troll Skull Alley. Still with some questions, still with some answers that need to be sought out. But it is late, and it is time for bed, I think, for everyone, as it's been a trying day with the events at Gralhund Manor, or Gralhund Villa, rather, as well as finding the Nimble Right after it escaped your clutches, and then getting a possible clue as to the whereabouts of this Stone of Golorr. But you haven't quite deciphered what the clue may be, unfortunately. So you return back to Trollskull Manor. Heading back upstairs, you see the bar area, the tavern, is winding to a close. Your employees, once again, doing their best, keeping everything tidy. Seems to be a roughly busy night, but not exorbitant, rather. So you head upstairs after checking in.
Before I head upstairs, can I do something real quick?
Mhm.
Can I walk into the bar? And I want to tip each employee 5 gold apiece, because we haven't really been around much the last couple of days, and I just want to thank them for their hard work.
Okay.
That's 15 gold. We got 3 employees.
Yep.
They've only worked for us for 3 days.
Yes.
We haven't been around for the last few days.
Well,
Mhm.
I still just want to...
That's 2 days.
Whatever.
He's
You
a
kind of
generous
set him
employer.
off running. Yeah. Okay. Risk, as you're moving down and handing off and everything, the last customers seem to be starting to mosey their way out. Let me pull up their names.
Thought I would
One
remember
second.
them off the top of my head, and I didn't.
So as you go up, you see Winifred and Avery are back behind the bar, making sure everything's tidied up and such, and cleaning the bar area, putting up chairs and such. You see Saddam McKinnon, the one that you kind of trust the most for the bar and stuff. He's the one that does the cooking and everything. Seeing you enter, Saddam walks around and says, "Sir, if you don't mind, there was a visitor for you earlier. Said to give you this," and he holds out a small bag that kind of jingles with the sound of glass as he holds it out towards you. They said something about... I apologize, sir. It was kind of busy when they stopped by. Something about their hands were gray or something along those lines. They said to give it to anybody that showed up here.
Of course. Thank you. I really appreciate your work.
We're all in. All in.
Of course, sir. Of course. And with that, he hands off this bag that has, as you open it up, you see several bottles inside of it. Appear to be potion bottles. As you open the bag, everybody in the party hears a voice in your head.
She was so excited.
I'm so happy right now.
All of you hear this voice. It's a woman's voice, very feminine, but somewhat stern. Shu, you recognize this voice. It's the same one that you heard the first time. This voice resonates through your mind and says, "Now that it seems that you have the potions I delivered earlier today, here is your job for Force Grey. A young bronze dragon has taken up residence in Deepwater Harbor. It startled a few sailors recently, but hasn't hurt anyone. Confront the dragon and learn its intentions. Report back to Blackstaff Tower when you are done. This is Vajra Safahar. Good luck.
Can I respond to this message?
Silence.
Vulcan bitch.
So as you all hear this voice of this woman resonating through your heads, your minds, as the voice of the Blackstaff herself sending a message to you on a pre-recorded line, no refunds, no chargebacks. You all feel that you might have some jobs lined up in the near future. Crazy. But that is where we're going to go ahead and end the session for the evening.
Okay, let's go back and be nice to Valletta, because she's a bronze dragon born, and we may need to talk to the bronze dragon. She's right by the bay anyway, so you know. Could we have in text what the message said, Havoc?
Yes.
Yeah, that would be great. I was trying to type that and I could not type fast enough.
Wait, you said the harbor, right?
Yeah, the Deepwater Harbor, which is the general harbor.
Yeah. Well, is that the Great Harbor?
The naval harbor is what she said. Or sorry. Oh, I gave y'all the wrong one. No.
Oh,
sorry. Give me a second. Ignore that one.
No.
That's not the fleshed out one. Sorry, I have two versions
I was
of the
say,
stuff I
that's
have to
roughly
go
what you
through.
said.
It's what I said, but it's not the. I have two versions of these because I've written out more of them. So. Let's see. This is Force Grey.
I'm just so excited right now.
Me too. Me too. I love Force Grey. They're amazing.
They're just gonna walk upstairs. Goes, did any of you get the potions? What is she talking about?
Sorry, use that one.
Gotcha.
All right.
Residence in the naval harbor.
All right. I'm going to end stream.
All right. Bye, stream.
Bye, stream.